Guess who almost went live for Life After Lockup? I was in a Life After Lockup live, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Thank God YouTube allowed me to save it and click out of there and come into this one. Ciao. How y'all doing? Did I do? Oh, yes. Okay, so I got some stuff to talk to y'all about first. Where's my phone? I thought I brought my phone over here. Hold on. Oh, na, praise his name. Oh, na, praise his name. Hey, Lord, I really want to be with you because it's been a long time. Shout out to the Christian kids who couldn't listen to secular music, who had to make up their own songs, who had to make up their own lyrics to the devil's music. How y'all doing, my loves? Hey, Tony. Hey, Ordered Steps. Shout out to my moderators. What's up, Black Lavender? Okay, Ordered Steps. So what you got to do? Hey, it's now or never. Love you. Hey, me, not me, 2008. Hey, Kiki. Love you, too. What's up, Al Boogie? Oh, no. I'm so sorry it's now or never. I'm sorry, family. Hey, Libra Soul. Hey, Shantavia. Hey, Soprano, too. Praise up for you. It's now or never. Hey, Crystal. Oh, my God. Guys, aren't we happy that Real Housewives of Orange County is over? So sad. So sad. Oh, my God. My phone just gave me a flashback of me when I was free in the world. Oh, God. I don't know where I was at. I think I was going to a friend's wedding. This is how I showed up to a friend's wedding. God bless me. God bless me. I am something else. Let me just check and make sure my notes are here, and then I'll put the timer on and we can get started. Get my notes are all here. All right, I'm going to put the timer on. We're going to chat for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to get started. Oh, it just got real hot. Hold on. Where's my time? All right, we'll get started in 10 minutes. Hey, yes, listen to Black Lavender. Hit the like button. Mom, this is, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, I have to call my assistant. Come on in the room. Where is my thing? Come on in the room. Guys, I can't find it. I can't find my super chat thing. My little sound guy. Hold on, guys. Where's my sound thing? I just had it. Oh, no. Did I lose it? Oh, no. Oh, this thing. Oh, no. What did I do? Oh, no, guys. We're not going to have it today. I don't know what I did. Okay, full disclosure, honesty hour. I moved this live to 2 p.m. today because I stayed up. Hold on. I got on my house dress and it's getting caught. Welcome to Behind the Curtain. I stayed up until 7 a.m. cleaning. Guys, I don't know why. I had scheduled to clean my room, and it was just a clean. It was not supposed to be a deep clean. It was not supposed to be a spring cleaning. It was just to clean. When I tell you I cleaned everything in this room and I still got work to do, the only reason why I went to bed at 7 was because I knew that I would be no good to you guys on this live if I didn't get a couple of hours of sleep in. And I don't know why I did that. You know, the only thing that I could make of it was my grandmom used to always say that your spirit man, the church people know what I'm talking about, that your spirit does things ahead of your body because your body is just flesh and bones. So it can't catch on to what's going on. So your spirit just leads out until your body catches up with it. So I feel like I'm like spiritually cleaning and removing things out of my life and prepping up for new things to come in. That might not be what happened, but I don't know why I just had this urge to clean up everything in my life. Like I was going through documents and 7 a.m. and I had full on energy. The only reason why I went to bed was because of this live, but I would have still been cleaning. I don't know why. I'm gonna listen to my grandmom. Some things are coming in. The blessings are coming in. That's what I'm gonna stand by. This is the thing, Chocolate Capricorn. I'm dedicated to OC. I hate that I'm so dedicated to them, but I am, because this is the first housewife show. So I watch when nobody else is watching. I can't let them broads go out like that. I can't. I just feel like I've been on this journey with them for so long. I'm that best friend. I'm OC's best friend because I'm still there with them, even when they're in the trenches. I need to let it go. Me Not Me 2008 said, my cleaners came by today too. The house needed help. All right, mother. She said, I want to let y'all broke hoes know my cleaner came by. Foo shay shay. Yes, one day. King Edward TV said, praise the Lord. Yes, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is what? Good. Hey, Shin. Oh my God, Simply Simone, your gym is open. Good for you. I just started walking. I started doing this thing where every day I'm putting in 10,000 steps. Like that is just my goal. Because I joined a UFC gym and it was doing me so well. Like I was getting the proper care that I needed. Like, because y'all know I have several injuries. So it's been very hard for me to work out on my own without somebody who is skilled in, the body. Right. So I wouldn't get additional injuries. And without that help, I was suffering. I gained like 15 pounds and I was already trying to lose weight. Okay. And so I was just like going through the motions and I was just like, what could I do that I know is healthy for me where I won't get injuries? Walking. And I love to walk. A good playlist. I'm exploring my area. I didn't go out walking for a while because, the Civil War is going on in America and, we don't know who's going to pop off. Luckily, I live around immigrants. Okay. Immigrants and gentrifiers, and the immigrants I live around are brown immigrants. So I don't feel like they're going to do any shootings or bombings. It is what it is. I'm telling my tea. So I feel safe walking in my area, but I didn't feel safe for a while, but I feel a little safer now. So that's what I'm doing. My gym has yet to open. LA is on a really restrictive lockdown because we have the highest number of COVID rates and, COVID deaths. So, nothing's going to be open here for a while. But that's the best thing that I can do. So I'm like, I have to do something. I cannot sit in this house. I have to do something. And that's my thing. Crystal said, amen. Nicholas Rogu. Hey, Nikki, did you see the trailer for Jersey? Looks pretty good. You know what? Let me watch it while I'm on here with you. I didn't see it. Hey, Shawnette, honey. Love the name. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Which season is this? Oh, the trailer came right up. Same here, Al Boogie. I was just like, y'all not gonna do a mass shooting. Let me go for a walk. Oh shoot, I'm gonna watch this trailer, but I gotta take my vitamins. That's another thing. Let me tell you something. You doing all this working out, you better take some damn vitamins. Okay, let that body replenish, especially if you're over the age of 25. Our body stop renewing then. Our body stop all that renewing, and it lets you know, girl, this is what you got for the rest of your life. Take care of it, because I'm done. I'm done renewing. You're no longer 9. You can't jump out of a tree, break your leg, and get up and run a marathon. You're 26. This is what it is. Deal. Let me watch this trailer with y'all. Let me watch this trailer. Soprano 2 said, and yet everything is open in Florida. Oh, sorry. That's why we didn't go back to Atlanta. I told you guys my family and I were down there looking at properties, like not properties yet, but neighborhoods that we want to, transition to when we finally get our home there, because we're buying a house, but we're staying here in LA and keeping our apartment, but we're going to get a home in Atlanta. And when we went down there, we were just like, you know what? This don't feel right. We just didn't feel like it was locked down the way it should have been. Like we were the only ones like really wearing masks, and it was just like, nah, we'll wait. We'll wait until Stacey Abrams is the governor, because they weren't as strict on the mask policy, and just, there weren't a lot of guidelines that I felt safe with staying there and going back. So we're just going to wait. Still, planning on moving there, but right now they got to get that COVID together. Serenity said, I just discovered an old channel of yours, Black Jesus Reviews, and I watched all the videos. So fun. Thank you. That's me and my improv husband, Kenny. We have an improv team called Black Jesus. And back when the world was open, we would do performances all over and we would do reviews. Now, what can we do? But hopefully we can revive that when the world opens back up and do some stuff for you guys. Chocolate Capricorn said, are you reviewing Basketball Wives? Yes. Again, Basketball Wives is like an OC to me. I'm dedicated to it because I've been watching it from the beginning. So I'm just that friend that hangs around. Even when you're in a rut, I'm gonna, be there and hang around for you and support. Even though I know, this is trash, I'm a support. I'm hoping Basketball Wives gives us a better season, but it seems like they're recycling wives again. And if they weren't a hit the first time, why bring them back? So, but I am going to review it. Baba said, my area is completely gentrified, and I know I should be against it, but life has never been better. I'm a terrible person. This is the thing with gentrification. Gentrification is basically, a nice way of saying colonization by white people or descendants of Europeans, the light-skinned ones. And this is the thing, right? With it comes your neighborhood changes, right? All of a sudden, things are getting fixed. All of a sudden, nicer restaurants and convenience stores are opening up in your neighborhood. And it seems like a good thing, right? You would like it, you enjoy it. But what happens with that is the people who were able to afford that neighborhood are moved out because the taxes are now higher. Because what happens when gentrification happens, so does the money, right? So the money comes in, and what your city thinks is that these people who are coming in can afford to pay for a better way of life. So what happens is they start to cater to them, and everything is, everything is increased. Things are more expensive now. The taxes are getting higher. And when the taxes get higher, the streets get cleaner. That's why in nice neighborhoods where they pay a lot of taxes, you don't see any road dips or any breakages or, any broken fire hydrants. You don't see that because they're paying in taxes for the city to keep that up. So if your taxes are lower, your neighborhood gonna look like trash. Now that your taxes are getting higher, things are looking nicer. Now all of a sudden you got a Whole Foods and a Target. It's great, right? But now the people who were there, who are normally poor people of color, are being pushed out. So there's an issue there because it's no longer being affordable. It's now everything is nicer, but now, it's not affordable anymore. So the people and the culture is being pushed out. That's the thing that's going on in Philadelphia. Like, there are some changes that are happening. And sometimes, in some areas, it looks really nice. But the problem with places like Philadelphia and when stuff like that happens, you remove the culture. And Philadelphia ain't nothing without its culture. So a lot of the culture in Philadelphia is being displaced for a really nice Whole Foods. That's great. It looks amazing. The neighborhood is changing. It's being fixed up a bit, but there's no culture. And if there's no culture, there's no Philly. So that's the thing about gentrification. You can like it, but it's like, thankfully in my neighborhood, where I live, the brown people are like, oh no, we're not going nowhere. They come to meetings with the mayor. They're like, oh no, you're going to make some affordable housing. We built this. That's what the people who live there have to do. Like, you got to do that. You have to be engaged because the people who want to profit off of your neighborhood and the community there, they're engaged. They're at the meetings. They're meeting with the mayor. They're voting on stuff. You got to get engaged. I can't believe y'all let me be on here with these ashy lips and ain't nobody saying nothing. What if my husband was watching? Look out for me like I look out for you. Let me watch this trailer and then get started on Salt Lake City because Orange County is going to be 2 minutes. Let's see what this trailer is looking like. Hold on. Why don't these places can y'all just play? I'm going to just go to YouTube because I'm trying to get this trailer and all of these places are making it very difficult to watch it. So YouTube it is. So let me watch this trailer.
Yourself. I don't even understand what's going on right now. Everyone's marriage could look absolutely perfect on the outside. But guess what? Things aren't always what they seem. Anyone can be a cheater. It was all a dream until it wasn't. No one really knows what goes on behind closed doors.
Hold on for 1 second. I thought they added a black woman to the cast. It was Dolores. Dolores, you need to do a 23andMe. Somebody in that family is lying.
I need you to admit this was a lie. I'm telling you, your brother's going through something.
You gonna wait for your husband?
No.
Holy shit.
Last night, the owner of the restaurant asked Melissa for her number. They've been texting all day.
Be careful what you say, because I'll never talk to you again.
Who went on a date? I did. You know what? I want to get my peach kiss. Look at this one. There ain't nothing wrong with him, Teresa. When you love someone, you lick them upside down. I want to do it like
Teresa's new man is fine.
What are you doing? What is that?
Are you willing to put her on birth control? Get Margaret to bed. We want to see her new titty.
Kiss that son of a bitch.
Oh! Oh!
I'm nervous about giving you sauce. Two big asses and a little one in the middle. No, you are not getting a dildo. Jesus Christ. Let's get a drink. Shot. I dropped the pig in a blanket. Why is she drinking so much? Every time I see her, she is drinking something, inhaling something. She numbs herself to a lot of her issues.
Ooh, Jen is out of it this season.
Don't fall.
Jesus.
Downstairs, don't worry. I'm going to have my biopsy tomorrow. I'm getting anxiety. Daddy, he turned my kids against me. The things he's saying to me, it's hurt. Everyone's talking behind my back. I want to leave. No, your self. Stop yelling about me. My husband and Joe were working on cement. Joe didn't pay my husband. Joe Giudice was rashing Joe Gorga.
How dare him say he's got dirt on me?
What are you going to
Get into the money.
I should have stuck up for you. That's bullshit because you just stuck up for your ex-husband.
My wife is a 100% right. You're gonna defend him? That he put my mother in a grave. You understand that?
Oh, here we go with this family drama. I can't. I told you I don't feel like that. I don't feel like them Judices and them Gorgas and all that family drama. We got to move on. Here we go again. Who is cheating? Who is cheating? Let's talk. Wait a minute, because we got to get in Orange County. But we have to talk. So who is cheating? Because remember, Remember in my last review of New Jersey, I told y'all, I said Jackie's husband is getting buffer and darker. Girl, is he doing that for you? What's going on? Because every time you see that man, he got on the tightest shirt, biceps is bulging, and he's serving Dominican. That man is getting darker and darker by the day. What's going on? Why is he tanning it in the gym so much? Stay woke. Stay woke. So what is the tea on Jersey? Let's go. Because that looked good until the end. That looked good. Oh, see, Josh said Jackie's husband is the alleged cheater. Come on, guys. I'm telling you. I don't have a big platform like some of these reviewers. That's good. I'm getting there. But let me tell you something. When you come here, you are getting wisdom. You are getting comedy. You are getting the damn truth. I told you. I said, look at this man. Look at every time we see her husband. Shirts, it's just tight. Just a tight shirt. Titties up. Out. And I'm just like, when was he dark skinned? What's going on? Because that's what them young girls like. Them young girls like something rich, brown, and buff. Child, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I told y'all. They don't hear me though, Lord. They don't hear me though. I'm excited for Jersey. Not to see Jackie's marriage fall apart. I'm just saying. I had to think about that. I don't want to see nobody's marriage break up, but I told you. JB says what I said. I will review New Jersey, but I really like Teresa. Oh, Teresa Judice. I love Teresa. Hey, Priya, welcome, and thank you, Shan, for the recommendation. Thank you, Shan. I told y'all, guys, he kept on walking into scenes, and I'm like, who is this Dominican man? Who is it? Oh, that's Jackie's husband. No. You've been white and skinny this whole marriage. Now all of a sudden you buff and Dominican. What's going on? You gotta stay woke. Stay woke. JB says what? The guy kissing Joe's butt was Dolores's ex-husband who lives with her? Mess. Oh, Miss Brown Sugar. It was good. It was good until the end. I don't like when the Gorgons and the Judites start all this fighting. I don't like it. Because first of all, they're all over the top. I don't like how Joe talks to his sister. I don't like how Melissa plays this victim. I don't like it. I don't like how Teresa plays stupid, like she didn't say this stuff. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Really? That's what you're thinking? Really? Teresa, you said it, girl. I mean, we got you on candid camera. You said it, sis. Chill. I can't. We went through seasons of them with this family. I'm gonna be real, right? I'm ghetto, I'm hood, I'm all of that. I'm also bougie, right? I'm a lot of things. But I ain't never seen nothing as ghetto as Teresa's family and what they did at that baby's christening. Remember that christening? They started all that fighting. Melissa's on her knees. Forgive me. Oh. My family has done some things. Not at a christening. Joe is banging the table, screaming. My family would have been like, the Lord needs to have this moment. We can do all this fighting the next day, not in the face of the Father. Okay, we don't play that. We don't play that game. We don't play that. That family just takes it to limits. It doesn't need to go. They always do the most. It's so over the top. I don't feel like it. I like them when they are at peace. When that family is at war, I'm checking out. Melissa dropping the appetizers. You didn't defend my husband, but you're defending your brother. Who does that? Sit down. Because then to me as a viewer, I'm looking at you like you're doing the most. Like now I'm turned off by all this extra stuff that you're doing. Listen, we all know that Joe Gorga was doing some messy stuff, okay, with the houses and all the stuff that he was saying that he was building, but they were actually, homes that he was stealing from other Instagram pages. We been knew about that. So if we're talking about it, the show gonna have to talk about it finally, because it's been out there for a minute. But now I think because the fan base is holding, the network to the fire and saying, listen, the show is more interesting offline. Like, the show was good in the blogs. What we're watching is this fluff stuff, and we're not tuning in for that. We want to know what's going on. So now the show is being forced to talk about it. So I get that, tensions are high and people are all, feeling some sort of way because their realty is being exposed, and that stuff that they was playing is no longer good for TV. I get it, but it's too much. Joe never looks good violently screaming at his sister. I'm not Italian American. I know that some things are acceptable in certain communities. I'm talking about TV. It just never looks good for him. And in this day and age, with these Gen Zers and the way they are very open and honest and having these conversations about trauma, especially towards women on social media, this might not be the way this show wants to go, because he's abusive. I don't care what nobody says. A man that raises his voice and gets in a woman's face like that. Like, what you gonna do to your sister? What are you gonna do? The way he just gets in her face, and we're supposed to sit there and be like, oh, this is okay around the world. It might be okay in other communities. But what I'm telling you is that you're putting this on TV. So you're inviting the world to have an opinion. And a lot of the world don't have this opinion. That's all I'm gonna say. Tell it, Candace. I knew it. I knew it was that husband. Teresa said, Jackie, yep, I knew it. I knew it. Miss Brown Sugar said, I think Dolores does overuse bronzer, but I'm so convinced she got some African in her roots. I told y'all about that man. I told y'all. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The Nicholas Express said Teresa I said Melissa is the producer pet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lady Virgo said Jersey been ghetto. And it was fun in the beginning, right? But this show does not know how to stay light. They never give us balance. We love the, prostitution whore. We loved all of that, but we don't want to stay at the prostitution whore dinner table. Can y'all take us to Disneyland and have a good time? Like, why are we still here at the prostitution whore dinner table? Y'all need to have some joy. If y'all don't have no joy, let's recast. Let's recast. Oh, Candace, my grandmother would have lost her mind if we did all that at a christening. Oh, she would have lost it. She would have got everybody together. Bria said, they're so violent on New Jersey. Yes, they are violent. And nobody addresses it. It's just, you just go, oh, that's Italian American culture. Okay, I'm not going to blanket the Italian Americans with that, because I don't know enough. You know what I mean? The ones I know are from Philadelphia and South Jersey. And I will say, the conversations get heated. But this is just, it's not a good look on television. That's all I would say about that. Oh, Shan, you love Jersey is the best one. In my opinion, right now, from what I have seen, New York is the best one for me. It used to be Atlanta, but New York and a strong number 2 is Potomac, just based off of that reunion. Is Jamal coming? The Grand Dame owned that season. She performed A+. Lady Virgo, I don't know. Lady Virgo said, why is there so much animosity between the Judices and the Gorgas? Girl, I don't know. My guess is that they were all scamming together, and now, the feds are swooping in. Let me tell you something about them feds. They will wait. They will wait years. decades until they got something to put you away for the rest of your life. Joe was still being ICE right now, on his way back to prison, if he didn't, make the deal to go to Italy and just live there and never come back to the United States. Like, he would have still been in there. They don't want to get you on a charge where you can get off easily. They want to make sure they can put you away for a long time. That's what happened to the mob. They started locking up all them mobsters in Philly for 20 plus years. Okay. And all of a sudden they all started dying of cancer. I don't want to say it's a conspiracy, but I'm just like, a lot of mob people die from cancer in prison. Stay woke. I'm turning into my grandmother. She would totally say something like that. Oh my goodness, Shantavia said the word on the street is Joe Gorga backed up to a Home Depot, loaded up the back of the truck, and then ghetto. Some Judices and Gorgas? Ghetto.
The food is here. Did you send it here yet? The food is here.
Oh, really? You ordered the sandwich? The burger? Oh, wow, that was quick. Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Josh, you think that Snooki is going to join the Real Housewives of New Jersey? I wouldn't do it, girl. You got enough stress. Oh, is she still on the Jersey Shore? You got enough stress from that show. You are not built for the fighting you are going to have to do on New Jersey. Girl, I wouldn't do it. Oh, thank you, Violetta. Chocolate Capricorn said the fight between Teresa and Joe haven't been good since that baby christening. Because it was just so crazy. Is that the same place where Joe Giudice threw his body into Joe Gorga and then Joe Gorga was beating Joe Giudice in the back? What the hell? They need therapy. They got to work through some things. And then in the trailer, Joe was saying that Joe Giudice killed his mother. I don't feel like that. Because when they start going into the issues with the Giudices and the Gorgas, it just becomes so depressing and it's draining. We are supposed to watch this show to escape, not take on more damn mess from what we're dealing with. Now, right now, we're in a pandemic, a financial crisis, and a civil war. Do we really need to see this dark mess? Keep it, Bravo. If it don't get fun, keep it. Damn, Jackie. Girl, I told you. Y'all need to listen to me. Girl, I told you. I said, why is this man wearing muscle shirts? He ain't never worn muscle shirts before. Every scene, he just got darker and darker. Damn. I know the girl young. She gotta be mid-20s. Oh, child, please don't let a sister be involved in this. We have been through enough. But he was looking like something, I felt like the way he was putting it on, I was just like, this is another kind of culture attractiveness. All I needed for him was to wear a baseball cap to the back, and I would have been like, oh, okay. Somebody's cheating with a LaToya. My sister's going to kill me. Water. Miss Brown Sugar said, but as the parents age, I think there was also resentment on both sides, with Joe feeling their parents were choosing sides with Teresa, and Teresa felt like Joey left her to do all the caretaking and labor. Yeah, you got to talk at y'all big ages. Y'all got to talk that out, because what we don't need is another one of them kids doing a song about the family trauma. Because when that baby debuted that song and it was about her dad going to prison, I was like, oh, some stuff should be just for y'all. Like, we didn't need to see that. I don't need them children getting together, making a band about the family trauma they have experienced with this family. I don't need it. My uncle yells at my mama. My mama talks to my daddy in Italy. My dad wants to put it. My dad wants to put it. God help me. No, we're done. We're done with that. Y'all got to get it together for them kids. It's too much. It's too much. Ads, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. They put them kids through hell. We just watch it for an hour and go on about our day. Them kids living that hell with that family on a day-to-day basis. No mansion can fix that. My uncle beat my daddy in the back at my christening. He almost killed him. What? They gotta do right by them babies. They gotta do right by them babies. Y'all, remember I told y'all that I cleaned? I was cleaning till 7. I think I packed up my buzzer. So I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to have to say, ding, ding. We got a super chat from Angela. Angela said, finally caught alive. Your commentary always has me rolling. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you for the super chat. Ding. I got to find that. I have got to find that. Oh, God. Never go on a cleaning binge. You're going to throw away stuff. You're going to pack up stuff and you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Oh, God. They have to get it together. Let me get into Orange County. Let me get into Orange County. So I didn't mind cutting into Orange County's time because Orange County is not going to be long. So I'm fine talking about Jersey because Orange County, I have like 3 notes for Orange County. And it was the season finale. Ciao. Where the money, yes, where the money resides, where the money resides. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. All right. The hands are a little shit. Wait, I heard a ding. Was that? Wait a minute, because I feel like I've been missing stuff. Oh, my food is here. Let me wrap it up so I can eat my veggie burger. Because we're going to get what? Snatched after this pandemic. All right. If you are just here for the review, baby, listen, get into it. Get into the conversations. I know some of y'all don't enjoy the conversations, but we be talking about some good stuff here. Some good stuff. So listen, the review starts now, but you should have started from the beginning. But I'll put all the timestamps in this review. So thank the Lord it's over. That's my first note. Thank the Lord it's over. So sad. Andy, you got to make some tough decisions this season, beloved. Either cancel this one and start somewhere else, or you just have to recast. You have to recast. It's not working. This is just not working. And I was on Twitter because I just had to see what the fan base had to say about Bronwyn. And guys, y'all don't like her. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm the only one that likes Bronwyn. The fan base does not like her. What I will say is what I noticed is it's normally, I'll be real, it's normally this part of the fan base. My people, gay people, and younger white women, millennials, basically. Millennials, gay people, and my people who are always like, this show is, we're good. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up and move on, right? The soccer moms was on that Twitter. The soccer moms had a lot to say about this show getting cut. They were done. They were done. I said, when the soccer moms start talking, Bravo starts listening. So maybe this show will get canceled. Maybe it will get recast, but something has to give because it's not working the way it is. Oh, if you are new here, I just realized that if you're new here, just so you know, I'm not going to respond to your comments right away. I'm going to wait till I get through OC. And then for 10 or so minutes, we'll talk about OC, and then we'll get into Salt Lake City. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I just want to focus on the review. So in the beginning of this episode, we get a recap of the season because it's the season finale. Even this, the recap of the season was dry boots. Nothing was interesting in the recap. At this point, Bravo, you are just throwing money away. And you need to be putting this money into Salt Lake or Dallas, who I'm not yet sure if I'm going to review. Can't get into it yet. I'm going to be honest with you. I think because of everything that's going on, these ladies are not interesting to me. Like they're hitting me in my ancestors. So I'm going to keep on watching. I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like this, because how many of them broads was at the Capitol? This is what I need to know. And how did they get their money? This is what I need to know. But I'm going to keep on watching because a lot of y'all told me Dallas was good, but we will see. Elizabeth had an interesting storyline this season, but it didn't get interesting until the end, unfortunately, because she was on the show because she was one of the richest women in the OC. Girl, you want to impress me? Be one of the richest women in San Francisco. Be one of the richest women in New York City. That's where you got some wealth. But, she lives by that. Good for her. She grew up in the trailer. Now she's one of the richest women in OC. Great for her. But I just feel like what she got on the show because of this marriage that was falling apart, this divorce or whatever from a billionaire, we couldn't talk about it because she was on a gag order. She didn't get off until she got divorced. And then it was just like, oh, this is the season finale. So now you can talk about it. You know what I mean? I think because she couldn't talk about her marriage or her divorce, there was a lot of no shade, but it appeared that way. A lot of throwing her sister under the bus. Her sister's addiction. It's just like, your sister is not on this show, so her meth addiction should not be your storyline. And then when that wasn't working, it was, oh, also I'm Mexican. Not only Mexican, the poor little Mexican girl is how she would identify. Girl, let's unpack that. No, I'm not going to unpack that. I'm going to stay in my African-American lane. But it was still like, this is how you identify when you want to talk about poverty? Yikes. But like that would come up, right? And then they tried to push the storyline of her not having sex with her boyfriend because she's still married. Still never really cleared that up. Is that like something that he wanted to do? Was it religion? Like, we just never fully got anything. I think she was just throwing out storylines to see if they would stick. And then when we finally were able to get to know her a bit more and she opened up, the show was over. I would have loved to learn about Elizabeth's experience in the cult that she was in. Not saying that she had to talk about that trauma, but I feel like that would have been a more interesting storyline than the storyline she was trying to throw out, because there are a lot of people, myself included, who was involved in ministries that were very oppressive, Pentecostal and evangelical ministries that were very oppressive. She didn't have to talk about the trauma that happened to her there, or the sexual trauma, but that is a very relatable storyline. A lot of women have been in these oppressive religions and now are finally breaking out of them later in life and understanding that what happened to them when they were younger was wrong. I think that would have been great to start at. You know what I mean? Without even giving us the sexual trauma, right? I think that would have been a great storyline. But I think because she got on the show, because her ex-husband is a billionaire, I think she had to live in that and live in, I'm the richest woman, one of the richest women in OC. And it just didn't work because that's not who she is, apparently. Apparently, all of this is a facade. And while she's filming the show, it's breaking down because she's not happy with this person that she has become to preserve her family. Such an interesting storyline. Why didn't we start there? I'm not trying to put anybody out of a job, right? But I feel like the production company that did Salt Lake City and New York need to get over there to Orange County. Because why the hell am I figuring out a better storyline for Elizabeth and I'm a viewer? Something is up. Oh, you know what? I'm available. Y'all can hire me. I'll consult. I can't show up. I'm an artist. I can't show up every day. I can't do a 9 to 5. It's not for me. I can consult. Let me know. Hit me up. Angie, because I know you watch her. Emily. Let's talk about Emily and her great body. I think Emily has a great body. I'm going to be real with y'all here. I think that Emily has a very great body that she would embrace if she was a woman of color. I think because Emily is a white woman and a body like that is not accepted in a lot of white communities, especially wealthy or rich white communities, the affluent ones that she's trying to be a part of. I think because of that, she has a lot of issues with how she looks. You're a curvy girl. You're a curvy. I know a lot of Philadelphia hood boutiques who will get you looking right. You don't know how to dress for this body. You do not know how to dress for this body. All you have to do is keep that waist snatch, keep the girls sitting, and accentuate those hips and a little bit of butt that you got. You could be doing the damn thing in OC if you could embrace the body that you have, but I don't think she can because of the mentality of the communities that she's trying to be a part of. Because the way she dresses is always like she's trying to hide something and she keeps on trying to lose weight and trying to fit into this. Honey, I'm going to tell you, no matter how much weight you lose, you can't get rid. That's just how your body is built. You're not going to be able to get rid of them hips. You're not going to be able to get rid of them broad shoulders. You're not going to be able to get rid of that butt. So you just got to deal with it. You can get as skinny as you want to be. That is how you are shaped, and that body is going to sit there. I'm not going to say it. I'm glad that you and Shane are in a good place. I'm really glad. I'm going to throw this out there. If it don't work out, open your Tinder profile to all ethnicities. That's all I'm going to say. Let me move on. Because, girl, you fishing in the wrong pond. I hate to do this, but girl, I gotta do it, Bronwyn. I gotta do it. As your one and only friend, okay, I gotta do it. You've been an awful person. You have been an awful person. Listen, I get that you are getting sober and you are coming out. You are, like Bronwyn basically was doing a lot of stuff, having children or drinking to suppress who she is. I'm not going to take that from her because I personally know of several people who were suppressing who they were, right? Who they are. And they were using alcohol. They were using drugs. They were getting in marriages and staying pregnant a bunch of times to not be intimate with their partner. And then finally, later in life, they were just like, I can't live this lie anymore, right? Having said that, Bronwyn, this is the most awful coming out story I've ever witnessed. Normally, the person coming out is like a sweetheart. You are just nasty and nobody is rooting for you. You're like abusive and just like you are beating up on the communities that support you no matter what. Your husband should not be getting the treatment that he's receiving. Not the man that has been by your side, lifting you up, wiping every tear, fixing every situation for you so that you can have a better life. He does not deserve what you're doing to him. Your children don't deserve that because, baby, you can say whatever you want about Rowan, but we saw you cuss that girl out. Like, she was just trying to talk about, oh, I feel bad that old people are dying. And you was just like, let me finish. And now you can't throw that, you being awful to her or you being awful to your husband. You can't throw that on, oh, well, I'm getting sober and I have to be selfish for me. And I'm a lesbian, so I have to be selfish for me. I'm finding out who I am now and I have to be selfish for me. Be selfish. Don't be a dick. Like, you are not nice. You are not nice to the most important people in your life, which is your family, who love and support you no matter what. No matter what. We have consistently seen you this season treat your family like garbage. And then you try to explain it, right? You acknowledge that, oh, I haven't been nice to him. I've hit him. I've beat him. Get on him. I've almost killed him, ran him over with my Range Rover, but it's because I'm sober. Girl. Even if you sober, you still going to prison. Thank you. I love my assistant. This needs some ice. Told you I'm getting snatched. Let me stop saying that. Because the next thing you know, I'll be eating a pizza on live. Y'all be like, Nikki, I thought you was getting snatched. And then I'll turn into Bronwyn and cuss y'all out and say, mind your damn business. I'm living through a pandemic. But she's been terrible. This is such a reverse coming out story. You know what I mean? Like, for anybody who has witnessed someone come out to them, right? Or has watched a coming out story, the person's always so sweet. And you're feeling bad because they're literally saying, this is who I am. And they're afraid to say that because of, the persecution this community that they're joining, now openly joining, receives. And you're like, oh my God. With Bronwyn, it's so different. It's just like, does the LGBTQ need this kind of representation? I will say this is diverse representation. This is a different kind of lesbian on TV, baby, because you are not nice. Oh, you didn't I love you. My assistant got me some ice. Thank you. Assistant / mommy. She's so great. It's too much ice, though. I didn't need all this ice. Now, how the hell I'm supposed to do? Bless her heart. She tries. But yeah, I'm happy for Bronwyn. I'm happy that she is now. Is that celery in there? I'm not going to fire her. She's my mother. Let me stop. But y'all be like, look at Nikki talking about Bronwyn. She the same damn thing. I'm kidding. But I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she's living her truth. Her family doesn't deserve the treatment they receive. Now, your mother, maybe. Your husband, your children, misguided anger. And you're so nonchalant about it. Like when she talks about it, yeah, I've hit him in the face because he was annoying me because of COVID, because I'm sober, because I'm gay. No, it's wrong. You can't make wrongs right because now you're joining an oppressed community. Girl. No, wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Shannon. I'm not judging Shannon, right? So the only thing that really happens this episode is that the ladies all meet up for the final brunch of filming. And while they're getting ready, Shannon wears a waist trainer. And then also uses packaging tape to tie her body down to give her a nice little waist. I'm not judging because real talk, my preteen and teen years, I used to tape down my titties. They would not stop growing. I wasn't ready for that. Okay. The titties came here before, I was ready for the power that they possess. So I used to like bandage tape my boobs. And one time I tied it a little too tight. I wrapped myself a little too tight. I passed out in 5th period. I passed out. And when my teacher, I remember my teacher, because I passed out in the bathroom, and one of my friends, I was just talking to her that I just fell out. She went and got my teacher. My teacher came and got me. And when she picked me up, she could feel like the bandages. And she was just like, Nikki, what is this? Did something happen? And I was just like, my breasts are big. And I just cried in her arms. Little did I know. I was possessing great power, but I was a kid. So I get it. I get, trying to, doing something drastic to change your body in a certain way. So when she was doing that, I was like, I'm not judging you, mama. I've been there. I've absolutely been there. I never filmed it for the world to see, but I've been there. Good for you, Shannon. Do what you got to do to stay on this show. Do what you got to do to stay on this show. So let's talk about this brunch or whatever. The ladies came to this brunch locked and loaded. They came locked and loaded, and their target was Bronwyn. Guess who was also ready? Bronwyn. I don't know what this is, but she has this like nasty disposition, and she's trying to put it on her sobriety and her coming out. And I think it's a cop out. I really think this anger that she has, this nastiness that she has, is directed to everybody else but the source of it, and that's her mother. I think that's where she needs to be. I think that's where all of that needs to go to your mother. You're putting it on the wrong people. Even though these ladies are your coworkers, y'all not really friends. I honestly get it, but you're not really going to pull people in on your side because I've noticed this, Bronwyn. I've noticed that to try to make the ladies look more awful than they are, you throw up stuff like, oh, they're so close-minded. They don't accept, people who are not like them. They weren't really acceptive of Black Lives Matter. I had to express that to them. Listen, sweetie. We all watch this show. We know exactly who these broads are. I didn't expect none of them. You are the only one who I thought would go, marching for Black Lives Matter. I know what this is. I'm not watching it for that. I don't expect any of them to go against the police for my Black life. We know what the game is. We know what we're watching. We know what this is, sweetie. We know how they talk about gay people in private. We get it. You know what I mean? You're not bursting anybody's bubble or shocking anybody by revealing that to us. We get who these broads are. We still watch the show because these broads are the wives of our bosses. These broads are our managers. You know what I mean? We know who these chicks are. We know exactly who they are. They're the ones that terrorize sales associates wherever they go. We know who they are. We're watching a show full of Karens. We get it. We get it. So you're not doing anything. You're not shaking a table by revealing that to us. The thing about that bothers me is that you're throwing that out there to get sympathy for just being awful. You're just being awful. And you're trying to be like, oh, well, these ladies are awful, so that's why I'm reacting that way. No, this is you. Because we've seen you in singular scenes. And it's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you. So anyway, the ladies are, oh, Shannon is just like, oh, wait, who said it? Was it Shannon? Who said? One of them said, I haven't talked to you in a while, Bronwyn. I think it was Kelly. I think it was either Kelly or Shannon. And it was just like, I haven't talked to you in a while, Bronwyn. I'm really hurt by that. And Bronwyn was just like, oh, you talked about my kids, so that's why I ain't talked to you. She was doing this the whole brunch. What? You trying to fight? Like, girl, what? So, yeah. That's why I haven't called you. Okay. It's too much. I haven't heard from you, Bronwyn. Like, we're trying to talk to you. We haven't really talked to you a lot. Like, we're trying to hear from you. We're trying to keep in contact with you. Well, I was home. So, yeah, we're in a pandemic. I was home with my kids. Okay, girl. Because you want to fight. But you want to fight the wrong people. Like, and I was your last ally. I'm still rooting for you. And we'll talk about why I still want Bronwyn on the show later. But girl, you did not look good this season. It just was not a good look for you. Let's talk about how Elizabeth got embarrassed at this brunch. That Vince Neil. I don't know who he is. He sounds like he's probably a rock star or something. But I know she wished that was not taped. I know she wished that Vince Neil would have picked up that phone because, baby, when that man said, I've had this number for 11 years, it hit her. You could see the look on Elizabeth's face when that man said, this has been my number for 11 years. So Vince Neil gave you the wrong number. Ouch. Ouch. She just sat there on her phone and she's just like, I would have left. I would have left. We don't need to talk about this anymore. Okay, guys, well, I gotta go. Well, I wouldn't have stayed. Nope. She was so embarrassed. Poor thing. But I will go back to Bronwyn, though. Although Bronwyn was ready for this, ladies, Kelly would not let up. Kelly would not let up on Bronwyn. And I think it's because she just doesn't believe anything that Bronwyn does. She thinks that everything that Bronwyn does is performative, and she just doesn't believe anything about her journey. I will say this, Kelly should back off a bit, because you're going to call her out to the point where, and call her out on faking certain things where it's just not going to look good for you. Because I don't think Bronwyn is faking being gay. I think she was faking being straight, but I don't think she's faking being gay. Like, I don't think she's doing this for a storyline. I think what she said happened. I think as soon as she stopped drinking and she had her last child and she was done having kids, I think it was finally time for her to like deal with all of the things that she was dealing with and why she was dealing with those things. And, you know, one of the main reasons is she was living somebody else's life. So I just feel like, although Kelly was calling her out, perfect, call her out, right? You know her better than we do. You work with her. Call her out. Stay away from her sexuality, especially for you, because you are just not good in those areas. Call her out on a mess. Call her out on being a performative activist. Call her out on all of those things. Stay away from her sexuality, especially with your mouth. And you got a little spicy mouth you have a spicy mouth, period, but you got a real spicy and ignorant mouth when talking about disadvantaged communities. And then you throw on Mexican. I'm not even going to get into that conversation she had with her dad, but he sounded so sweet. I'm making tamales. I was like, oh, how did you create Kelly? But yeah, Kelly's very sick of Bronwyn, and I get it. But I felt like at some point you're going to go into a little territory that you're going to lose all your support because you're going to get messy. You're going to say the wrong thing. So I think you need to back out of there. Sean and Bronwyn, still married. This is what I think needs to happen, right? Because if you watch the episode, you notice that in this brunch, when it got too heated for Bronwyn, she went and got a husband. That's what she's done her whole life, her whole, teen and adult life. This is what I think needs to happen. Sean and Bronwyn need to break up for good. Here is why. He's going to live in absolute hell married to that woman if he remains married to her. It's a one-sided marriage. All it is Sean doing whatever he can to make her happy. And I feel bad for him because he's been doing this since he was a child. They met when they were like pre-teens. And he's been taking care of her since then. I want him to release himself of this codependent relationship and go and live his best life. Because right now, he's the only one taking care of them kids. Every time we see Bronwyn, she's hugged up with another broad somewhere else. He's the only one taking care of these kids. And I think when they get divorced, I think he does not need to go for shared custody. My opinion. Sean, you need to do 60-40, where she is with them kids 60% of the time and you were doing 40. You're not the helicopter dad that you used to be, but your kids are staying with you maybe sometimes for the summer. Maybe you're getting them on the weekend. Maybe you're getting them, I don't know, Thursday through Sunday or something like that. But you need to take time for you. You've raised Bronwyn. You raised and are still raising your kids. You're still in this marriage with her where you are not even a factor and you're the husband. You're the freaking provider and she's paying you dust. I think you need to let this marriage go, bro. I think you need to let it go. And I think you need to find you. You've been taking care of her since you was a damn child. You don't even know who you are. The only thing you can identify with is these paparazzi necklaces that you wear everywhere. That's your only claim to your identity. Leave that woman alone. Go find out who you are, and you may find out some things. It's okay. It's 2021. Let's go. Let's go. But go find out who you are. You're a great father. You're an amazing husband. You don't need to have them kids full time. Because I'm afraid that this is going to be his life. He's just going to spend the rest of his life being a provider with no freaking identity in a codependent relationship with a woman who was single, but he's married. I don't want that for him. I really, really don't. And I think your kids will understand. I think your kids will understand, because I'm not saying that he should not be in their life. And I don't think that he's the type of person who will, step out of their life. But I think it's time for him to find himself as well. Brown, when you found yourself, great. Stay with them kids so he can find himself, because that's what he's doing for you. He's taking care of her for so long. There's no way that he honestly knows who he is, and he has been with this codependent woman since they were children. There's no way. There's no way. And he loves her so much, he allows her to walk over him. And it's heartbreaking, because your kids are getting older, and they're seeing how their mother is treating their father, and they're seeing how their mother treats them. And they're getting older, and they're getting older to the point where they're getting out of the house, and things like that are starting to happen. And what you don't want to do is have a lopsided family, because the two people, the creators of this family, are not on the same page. They're in this weird space where everything is for Bronwyn and nothing is for Sean and the family. Listen, if the mother ain't good and the daddy ain't good, the kids ain't good. So if you don't want to do it for you, Sean, do it for your kids, because they should not continue to grow up and see their father in this abusive relationship, because what they will do is repeat it. And then your heart will be broken, because you'll be an old dude watching your kids go through what you went through, and you had the opportunity to change it before they recognize that this is not how a relationship should be. So I really feel bad for him. We literally watched him be abused on this show, and it just wasn't talked about. I feel like if the tables were turned, if Bronwyn was Sean and Sean was Bronwyn, we would have the conversation, right? But we're not having a conversation because it's a man and he still loves his wife. He's still there and very dedicated to her, but it's unfortunate. It really, really, really is unfortunate. So I'm rooting for him, and I hope he finds himself. I really, really do, because he deserves that as well. Anyway, this was the ending it was a lackluster ending to a lackluster season. Andy, you either got to cancel this show or you have to recast. Once again, for the last time, I'm going to reiterate my dream cast for the OC, and then we can talk about your dream cast. My dream cast: Tamara, Vicky, Megan King Edmonds. What's her name? Is it Heather? Yes, Heather. But I'm also talking about the blonde girl that's married to Slade and they just had a baby. Her. Who else do I think needs to come back? Joe. And that's it. And then you can bring some other new younger girls in as friends of the show. But that is, and Jesus Barbie. How she's now divorced from that husband. She's living a whole new life. Bring Jesus Barbie back. I can do that. That was a good cast. They worked together well. It'll be good to see the women who started it. It will be, even if you bring them in and this is the final season, let's wrap it up with the girls who started it. Let's do something like that. But this cast won't work. This cast will not work. If we will take anybody from this cast, I would say bring back Bronwyn. I know I just read her for filth because I care. But bring back Bronwyn, because this is the first gay housewife that we've ever had. Right? Did we have a bisexual one? I think we had a bisexual one, but they tried to make it, they focused too much on her being a witch. And but I think that's a good thing to watch. You know what I mean? This privileged white woman who has now come out as a lesbian, living in a very conservative area. Be very interesting to see her journey. And Elizabeth, I felt like Elizabeth became interesting to me at the end. And I think now that she is no longer married to that man, we can finally start to see who she is, because she won't be on the show with the gag order. That would be my only two cast members to take away from this show. Nobody else. It's done. We've come to the end of the road. It's over, OC. It's over. God bless you. May you rest in power. It's done. That's my review of the OC. What's yours? Let's talk. Let's talk about it. What's up, Diva Law? Welcome to the party. Oh, Josh, strong words about Heather. I liked Heather. I would have preferred her to be on New York, but I like Heather. Oh, Miss Brown Sugar, Sean, have you watched the show? He is an enabler, but he's in an abusive relationship. Like Bronwyn never gives to this man. She just takes and takes and takes. And because he loves her and his family, he allows her to do that. But she's also been beating on him and admitted it on camera. She is verbally and physically and probably mentally abusive to this man. You're welcome, Kiki. Miss Brown Sugar said, I can't stand Tamara, but she does know how to make good TV. And there it is. We would have had a season. We would have had a season with the cast I just mentioned. Because Megan is now divorced. That weird old husband cheated on her. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all keep on giving these men who don't deserve you a chance. Because y'all think because, oh, he's I'm gonna just be real, he's ugly. He corny, you know what I mean? He drives a Kia Spectra. There's nothing wrong with a Kia Spectra. I have a Kia Spectra. You know what I mean? But we do these things in our minds and we're just like, I'm quality. So I know he's going to treat me right because I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him. Nope. That don't mean nothing. He a man at the end of the day. He a man at the end of the day. And a man thinks that he's the best thing that God has created because the world told him that he was. So just because he ugly and he ain't got no money and he corny and he drive a Kia Spectra, that don't mean he gonna treat you right. And you keep on giving him, a shot. I'm gonna give him a shot. It's not my type, but I'm gonna give him a shot because I feel like he gonna treat me right because I'm the best that he could ever do. Okay, that's what you think, woman. The men think very highly of themselves, even the ugly broke ones. Stay woke. That's the thing, Marion. I don't know what Sean is going to do, but he needs that time to figure it out. He's been taking care of people since he was a child. Nobody is taking care of him. Oh, Megan Thee Stallion would not fit in Orange County. Not even Atlanta. Thank you, Josie. D, I'm sorry. I called myself out too, girl. I've done that. I dated a tender-eyed man before, thinking he's going to treat me better. I was like, oh, you're just as awful as the cute ones? Oh, okay. Lesson learned. Gretchen is who I'm talking about. Yeah, she's still with Slade. Shantavia said Gretchen is still with Slade, who still owes everybody but me. Remember when he was Mr. Money? Remember when he got mad at Joe and took her plate off of her car, off of the Mercedes that he got her? Come to find out he was scamming and he didn't really had no money? Joe. Oh, yeah. I don't, Candace, I don't know if Kelly is done because she did perform this season, but you know what I do want to say? I don't know what's going on with Kelly's family, with her daughter and her ex-husband. But I feel like there was a lot, and especially this episode and the last episode, about how great of a father and how good he is to Kelly and how good he is, how good the Leventhal guy is to Kelly and her daughter. And her daughter was saying a lot about how great he is and how she loves having him around. That to me seemed like something that Kelly cooked up. It just seemed like out of nowhere, all of a sudden, your daughter's doing confessionals about how great of a father this man is and how good he is to you and how great he is for the family and how much she loves having you around. There were multiple confessionals of that little girl saying that. And it just felt very manipulative and targeted to me. I was like, oh, you saying this to the father. That's what you're doing. Because she's always blasting him on social media. It didn't sit right with me because we never had this many confessionals from a child on this show. And she's always talking about one subject, how great Steve is. What you think our father gonna feel watching that? I ain't like that. Leave the kids out of your mess. Marianne said, throw the whole show in the dumpster. Gina Maxey said Tamara has been on the sidelines telling Bronwyn how to stop out of the room. Listen, Tamara was all up and down this season. They cut out a lot of Tamara because she didn't agree to the contract. She didn't agree to being a friend of the show. But she was in a lot of early scenes that they used as flashback scenes because she didn't agree to be a friend of the show. But she was in it, and she was in a lot of the mess, which is why she's good for this show. She gives us drama. Josie, he tried to blame it. Slade tried to blame it on the real estate crash, but he was also doing some stuff with people's money. That's how embezzle. That's how they all come down. Yeah. Oh, Josh said there's good and bad controversy. Bravo will be making a big mistake by bringing Kelly back. Listen, remember I told you guys that Carlos King said the one that you hate the most is the one that drives the most traffic to the show. The villain makes the show. So I don't see them cutting her. Oh, thank you, Kyla. Yeah, Gretchen and Tamara. Oh, Gina, you're so petty. How do you remember that? How do you remember that? Gina said Slade leased a new car for Gretchen with her money. I wish I was reviewing that show when that moment happened. He got her a car in her name, presented it to her at her birthday, and was just like, this is your car, but you got to make the payments. And she gave him a baby. Gretchen, God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. She's taking care of him. How? Yeah, Tamara was all up and down that show. Hey, Chrissy Howard, thank you so much. Where the money resides for the super chat. Chrissy Howard said, hey, love, I haven't caught a live in a while. Is anybody reviewing Southern Charm anymore? Chrissy, it got boring. And I already review a lot of shows. So the shows that I review, thank you for the super chat. The shows that I review, I have to like and enjoy. I'm not dedicated to Southern Charm like I am to Orange County because I wasn't watching Southern Charm like that. Like for me, Orange County, I was watching that when I was in a totally different season of my life. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I grew up with these women. So, or these women raised me. So there's a different dedication there than there is to Southern Charm. I can be in and out of Southern Charm. I think I will be back into Southern Charm next season, if they get a next season, because what's the red hair girl? That red hair girl, she got a black boyfriend. And he is all up in them kids' lives. I will tune in to see how that relationship works because she's a mess. She's a Catherine. Catherine is a train wreck. I want to know what their relationship is like. So I might tune in to see how that relationship works. But that's it. That's all I'm doing. Thank you, Chrissy. But I don't see myself watching Southern Charm anymore. Especially during COVID. Like, it's really difficult for these shows to film and give us some kind of storyline. I made a huge mistake. So I got this. Y'all know I love me some Pat McGrath, right? Oh, okay. Well, you blended. Y'all know she had, listen, I'm telling y'all right now. I told y'all before, but I'm going to tell y'all again. Y'all got to listen to me, okay? If you like Pat McGrath, buy from the Pat McGrath site. Do not buy from anywhere else because you will spend so much money. Pat McGrath has sales throughout the year. The most one of her sales has ever been has been 50% off. But a lot of her sales are like 25 and 30%. That's how I got a lot of my makeup from her. So I got this little highlighter thing that I saw on her Instagram. It was like 50% off. When she opened a vault, baby, when she opened that vault, I went bananas because I got like a bunch of Pat McGrath stuff for like $96. Pallets on pallets on pallets. And I got this because it looks so good on a model. But I feel like, see, this is why I always have to have a black reference. Because the white girl that she put this on looked good. This, I'm like, I don't know. I got to see it in the sun. What y'all think? What y'all think? Because this is the highlighter, right? It's like this gold thing. And then this is the balm that you have to put on to like make it light up. I don't know. I don't know. Miss Brown Chicken says she got talking about Catherine. She got a black boyfriend after she was getting all kinds of heat for being racist and wanting her racist ancestor statue to stay up, though, right? Yeah, I will say she debuted him before that episode, so I was like, "Ooh, this is a scam." She spent Christmas with him. You don't spend Christmas with a scam. Them kids was all over that man like they know him. I was like, Okay, see, I'm here for the mess. Catherine, I'll watch that because what I told y'all, remember, I told y'all I stopped watching Southern Charm because Catherine was in the backyard, in her family's backyard with one of her friends, and they were sipping sweet tea. And she just casually said, this is a slave burial ground. Talking about her backyard. And the friend was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, this used to be a plantation. And then she started going on about how this is where the slaves are raised while she's sitting in a picnic chair sipping sweet tea. I said, I can't continue to watch this show. I can't. So what I'm looking forward to is the conversation with that boyfriend about the slave burial ground that your family's home sits on. How's that going to go? So I'm going to tune in next season for that because I want to see. It seems like she is really with this man. He's at holidays and everything. Those kids are hugged up on that man. Because at first I thought she was scamming, but I'm starting to believe the scam. Especially if she slept with him, child. And this is her first black man. She gone. She gone. Oh, yes, Joe. I have that palette. Perfect. She does great work. Oh, yeah. Marianne says she doesn't have to change the kid's name if they get married. They have the same last name. Her and this man has the same last name. Her family's home is on a plantation. I'm watching next season. I'm watching next season. Wait a minute. Child. They need to put me on that show. I will be the messy cast member to be like, oh my gosh, you guys have the same last name? Did you look into why? Maybe there's something there. Child. I am a guy. What does highlighter do? It just highlights like wherever you want. Like wherever you want to bring shine, you normally just want to highlight your cheekbones. Like what I thought I did. That's all. It's supposed to look better in the sun. Like when the sun hits that, and it's just like bing, bing, a bling, bling. That's what it does. That's what it does, Prochian. Thank you, Dee Marie. Oh, the Dame, Pat McGrath. Yes, congrats to her. She's a Dame. Oh, yeah, Sarah Peters. I've heard about that. Everybody that has like reviewed the show told me that Southern Charm, New Orleans was better. Oh, Marianne, if I could find it, I will definitely link it, that scene. But I was just, that was it for me. And I loved me some Southern Charm. But that scene, I was just like, okay. Y'all thought that was okay to put on TV? I doubt if there's reruns of the show, I doubt they left that in. I doubt. Supernatural Goddess, same last name. Okay. Bloop. Hey, Antilles. Prochian said he is with the to avenge his ancestor. Chrissy Howard said he's supposed to be Thomas's cousin. Woo! I'm in. I'm in. If that man is on this season, I'm in. Marianne said, I've already connected the dots to that one. Thank you, Baba. Oh, I thought he had the. Oh, yes, he does have the same name as Thomas. Ciao, ciao, ciao. I'm watching Southern Charm then. I'm watching Southern Charm then. Well, normally, Black people, normally our names change because African Americans who are, descendants of slavery, our names change a bit because, like, Roberts. So my last name is Roberts, right? But then there are Roberts' son, right? And that a lot of Black people have the last name Roberts' son because you were, if you were, if you were a slave, you would take the last name of your master because a lot of masters raped slaves and impregnated them and created children. You would be called the son or the property of that master and the plantation. So the master his name could be Carl Roberts, right? But then the slave's name would be, Brandon Roberts' son, because you are the son of Roberts. America, run me my check. Run me my check. My people have been through so much. Why is it always Orange County? Orange County and Salt Lake City. These lives just be all over the damn place. It's always this one. This was the one where I saw that spider. It's always this one. So that's why the name could be different. It could be spelled different, but that's what happens, in paperwork and as time goes on. And a lot of slaves also changed the spelling of the name or would change the name just a bit to free them of that, but to still keep a portion of their name. So a lot of times my ancestors would change the spelling, they would change the pronunciation, but it was still pretty much the last name of the master. Where the money resides, run it. Yes, Me 2008. Josh said, welcome. This is how it goes here. Yeah, I doubt that it will run today. I'm going to try to see if I can find it like on YouTube. Oh, Kalitos? Oh, Kalitos. I'll look into that, Josh. Let me get into Salt Lake. Before I go, let me check out Kalitos. Kalitos. Oh, Kalitos Cosmetics. Now I'm gonna make up. You see what I'm saying? Ooh, you're right. Okay, I'm here. Ooh, is this Black owned? I like Kalitos. Could this be me? Can I enlarge this? Damn it. Oh, what they're doing right now on this sister's face, this is what I'm looking for. Look at that. That's what I wanted this to do. Damn it. Oh, is Kalitos Black owned? Let me know. Oh my gosh. Work. Well, let me get through this. Let me get to Salt Lake. I am so glad that I'm done with OC and I could just be all Salt Lake. Yeah, this is Salt Lake City now. I do Orange County and Salt Lake City together to really get y'all to watch Orange County, because you guys would not watch Orange County, watch an Orange County review on its own. Y'all don't feature them girls. Yeah, see, Me 2008 said my grandfather changed his last name from Stevens with the PH to Stevens. Yep, that's what we do. Survivors, run us our money. Oh, thank you, Persian, for the correction. But I don't think any of us have thought that. I feel like if you're here, you're pretty much an open-minded, good person. Yep, absolutely. Denzel Washington was probably owned by, his family was probably owned by Washington. Is it George Washington? what's that president's name? Christopher what? Anyway, I don't know nothing about American history. American history, and that's it. And Philadelphia history. Oh, they're okay. I'll definitely try them out, Josh. Thank you. Let's get into Salt Lake City. Whitney, dead wrong. She was so wrong about how she went about telling the ladies how Mary feels and confronting Jen. Very, very wrong. But this is what I want to say, right? Whitney was wrong, but she was also visibly drunk. She couldn't even speak. Her face was red, and I just want to tell you, guys, I'm just saying, no, let me finish. I want to say, hold on. Why are y'all taking anything that she says to heart? She couldn't even speak in full sentences, and y'all getting upset and hyped about what she's saying. Was she wrong for confronting Jen at her husband's party about Mary, who she does not like? Absolutely. But why are y'all like, oh, one of the narratives, oh, I'm going to leave. No, I'm going to leave. This was not, I don't feel safe here. No, it was wrong. No, it's time for me to go. Girl, what? This girl is drunk. You don't even know what she said. Why y'all? I felt like Whitney was so wrong, but I couldn't focus on her because all of the ladies took everything that this drunk woman said in broken English. Like she couldn't even get anything out. Her sentences were not making sense, but they took everything that she said and was just like so deeply offended by it. And I'm like, how did y'all even hear what she said? None of it made sense. It was just jibber jabber. And y'all like, oh, I'm a friendship. Oh, I can't believe we're here. No. Why are you messing up my party? She's drunk. Why are y'all taking anything that this woman says to heart? I felt like the reactions were just over the top. And I was like, okay, maybe they're doing it for the cameras. Maybe. But when I realized that this confrontation really like fractured this group, I was just like, oh, y'all have nothing going on in your little wealthy lives. If what this drunk woman said got y'all here, all y'all friendships are in jeopardy. Really? She was not making any sense. Now, somebody said, oh, hold on. No, I gotta get this out. Oh, wait. No, and then she's over in the corner crying. It's sad. It's really sad. Y'all let this drunk, I won't call her a drunk, this drunk woman piss y'all off to this point. I didn't get it because I'm just like, how do y'all know what she said? I'm watching this and I don't know what she's talking about. The only way that I know what she's talking about is because I watched the scene before, the episode before, where she's talking about confronting Jen about what happened with Mary. That's the only way. If we didn't have that leading up to what just happened, nobody would know what's going on. So why are y'all acting so pressed? Why are y'all? Oh, no, yeah, I'm gonna go. Meredith, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed because nothing that Whitney said should have got you there. Nothing, because you don't know what she said. So I'm hoping y'all was just acting or just giving us a show, but y'all took everything that drunk woman said to heart. Anyway, Jen needs help. Jen needs help. The way she reacts to situations is completely unhealthy. She goes from 0 to 100 real quick with everybody. I thought she was just like that for the ladies to give us a show. She's also like this with her family. Your son got to calm you down and say, Mom, no, calm down. While you're like raging at your husband's party, he has to calm you down and drive you home. You're busting balloons. Like, what is this? What is really going on here? Because the way she reacts to people is just abnormal. And I'm thinking this is something new because I can't imagine somebody like that having friends. I can't, because she goes off on everybody. So there has to be something. This has to be a new behavior that people probably thought was for the cameras. But because I thought that as well. But now after seeing her in like multiple scenes do this to everyone, something is up. Something is up. Like, you ruined your husband's party for what? You were already you talked to Whitney about how important this party was to him. Why didn't you as the wife just say, you know what? I don't want to have this conversation right now at my husband's party. And you can either respect that or leave. You are going off, screaming at the top of your lungs. People have to hold you back. Then you grab the birthday boy, tell him the party is over. His party that you threw for him, he got to stop celebrating because you're upset. So now you're pulling him out the party, dragging him up the steps, bursting the decorations, the decor for this surprise party that you threw for your husband, and you're shocked that he's not talking to you. You embarrassed him. You made a fool of yourself. You made a fool of him, and he was having a great time. As a wife, you should have put that aside. But I get that she's probably feeling like she keeps on putting a lot of stuff aside for him, and maybe she just had her breaking point. But I'm just that reaction from a grown woman was abnormal. It just was not. Something was off. And the husband tried to make it about the drinking, but I feel like I've never really seen her drink anything. I think this is just who she is now. Because I just cannot imagine somebody like that having friends, having a community, having a great husband like that. This has to be some kind of new behavior. This has to be. What is her name? Because I want to call her Shira. Because I wrote Shira in the notes and I was going to look up her name, but I realized I was running a little late. Shira, what is her name? Heather! I love strong Heather. I think she is absolutely right about what she is saying about Jen, right? So Heather is in a position because she feels as if Jen, who is a really good friend, is moving away from her and their friendship to become close with the cool, popular girls, which are the Merediths. So she is feeling some sort of way about possibly losing her friends to them because she knows that these two ladies are the popular, cool girls in town, and they have a certain society that Heather is not accepted into, that Jen wants to be accepted into. So she's feeling some hurt from that. Here is my only issue with Heather. You're going about it the wrong way because you're talking about this to Whitney and wanting to talk to Jen about it, but it's coming off spiteful, right? It's coming out of your emotions. So you're right about what you're saying, but it's suspect in how you are doing it. Because you're doing it in a way to try to make the Merediths look bad instead of just leaving them out of it and talking to your friend and saying, I feel like you're leaving me or throwing our friendship aside so that you can invest in friendships that will take you to a new level in your social status and career. So instead of just saying that, you bash the Merediths and try to make them out to be these bad people instead of just telling your friend how you truly feel. So I agree with her. I think that that's what Jen is doing. She's social climbing. That's what these women do. That's what wealthy people do. Y'all make it seem like they have everything going on in the wealthy communities. Baby, they are still stuck in high school, still at their big ages. So that's what's happening. But because she feels some sort of way about it personally, she's doing it in such a spiteful way that you can't get behind or you can't support how she's going about this conversation with her friend or trying to make her friend see what's actually happening here. Because you can just tell her how you feel. You don't got to drag the Merediths. I don't think they're bad people. I think they the girls. I think they it. I think they know that they popular. I think that, they think they're the best thing smoking. And they make Heather feel less than because she doesn't look like them and she doesn't dress like them. And, she's not as polished as they are. But that's a Heather thing. That shouldn't be a Jen thing that you're putting on that to try to make her see how awful they are. I don't think they're awful. I think they're just cool girls who, know it and walk in it. And they only want to be around the hot girl. There's girls like that. Oh, you can only hang with me if you a size 6. Or you can only hang with me if you trying to get their money. We all know them girls. Some of us want to be them, right? Some of us can see right through them. And some of us can be them whenever the hell we want to. Diverse. Diverse. Hold on. My stomach is growling. Child. I have to work on eating early. I just don't eat early. That is a problem. Like, I feel like if I ever did intermittent fasting, I would be so good at it because I don't eat until around this time. I just don't know why. I'm not hungry. Even if my stomach is growling, I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like food right now. So Jen has now isolated herself from a lot of people. She's going through it with Sharif. He has left the home for days. Y'all just be letting these, maybe it's a rich thing, but y'all be letting these men take off for days and y'all not checking in. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all let them leave. Oh no, you go and get your hat and your keys. I'm going with you. I'm going with you. I'm either going to be in a driver's seat or on the roof of the car. Because where you going? We fixing this. So, but they just let him go. He's been gone for 4 days. Oh, okay. Come back, the locks are changed. What you doing? What you doing? So anyway, Sharif, who was rightfully upset with her, has left for 4 days. Jen doesn't know where he's at. She's beefing with so many people. She don't really have nobody to talk to. So who does she talk to? The second assistant. Baby. When I watched this scene with Jen talking about her life and all of her worldly woes to the second assistant, I was like, that's me. That's me. I was an assistant for 6 months. I hated every second of it. Every second of it. But one of the things that I hated the most was that I was the person who I was assisting, I was their therapist. And I hated it. I hated it because the person was awful. You know what I mean? And I couldn't say a lot of your issues in your life would be fixed if you weren't so demonic. You're like, you just give off sulfur and just evil. You're not a nice person, but I couldn't say that. So I had to sit there and listen to this person complain about everybody and everything and just victimize herself. And I would just be like, yeah, oh my God, that's so terrible. Wow, really? She said that? Girl. Oh, that's ridiculous. No way. You were right. You were right. Oh, I'm just like, please shut up. Please shut up. Let me get out of here so I can get to Whole Foods before they close so I can get my dinner and prepare myself for the rest of the week. So when I was watching that second assistant, I said, girl, I've been there, because that second assistant didn't care about what she was saying. She there for a check. She was like, oh, wow. Oh, my God. Really? Terrible. What? You? Wow. She didn't hear nothing Jen said, and she did not care. Okay. Everybody who has ever been an assistant or who is currently an assistant felt that scene. You felt that scene in your soul because that girl was like, oh my God. What? Been there, done it. Hope to never have to do it again. What a nightmare. Oh God. And let's talk about Mary Crosby, who was also being messy and using weak little Whitney. Because Mary, and remember I told you guys, Mary was bumped up to a lead cast member because for 2 reasons. One, when they watched the footage, they were just like, this girl is interesting. She is very interesting, because Salt Lake City a lot of it had already been filmed. What they do is they start to film the season and then they send what they have so far, maybe a couple episodes, to the network, and the network looks over it and then they give their notes, right? So Salt Lake, the first production company that was doing Salt Lake, was filming some stuff, sent it to the network. The network was like, this is trash and you guys are fired. So they look through the footage of what they have and they're just like, why is the only Black person on the show a friend of the show? And not only is she the only Black person, she's one of the most interesting characters. Like, she has a really good story. And so the girl who, I forget her name, I think her name is Sarah, the one who stormed the Capitol, her, the happy birthday to you. Oh, wait a minute. Is it your birthday? Her, she was in Mary's spot. They dropped her down, not because she wasn't interesting, but because they knew about her little QAnon, past, present, past and present. And they were just like, oh, this is bananas. We can't have this on the show. They were like, let's drop crazy down and let's make Mary a lead. So that's why the scene with the new production company, that's what Bravo wanted with the new production company. So that's why the show looks a little disjointed. That's why Mary is in a lot of scenes, then she's not in a lot of scenes. The ladies are not inviting, they're not disinviting or overlooking Mary for the events and things that they're doing. She was a friend of the show and she was only Whitney's friend. So that's why it's looking like she's being iced out, but she's not. This is probably old footage that they're throwing in because they're giving us they're taking from what they had already filmed, and then we're going to get the new footage from, or like have the new footage mixed in. So that's what's happening here, because it looks a little disjointed. It looks like the ladies have picked a side and they're on Jen's side. That's why Mary isn't coming to things. And then when you talk to the ladies, they're like, no, that didn't happen. It's looking a little confusing because it's two visions of one season by two totally different production companies. And at that time that Mary wasn't coming to stuff, she was a friend of the show. So anyway, Mary is still being messy. Friend of the show, lead cast member, wherever she is in this season, she's being messy because you knew that Whitney was your only intro into this group of ladies, and you feel bad because you want to come to stuff, you want to film, you want to be seen, but because you can only come to stuff if Whitney is doing something or if the ladies want you there, but they're not really friends with you like that. They're friends with Jen. So she's feeling some sort of way. So Whitney is her intro into this show. So she goes and manipulates Whitney by telling her how bad she feels. And, the women are telling her that they can't come around because of Jen and all of this stuff. And Whitney is the only one, because if you talk to the Merediths, they would have been brought this to the group. But Whitney is the only one that took the bait. And now she getting knocked all over the side of her head from bringing this bait back to the group because it's not working the way she thought it would work. Because you also got a delivery problem, girl. All you had to say was that Mary feels isolated because of Jen. That's all you had to say. But you just don't know how to deliver information properly. So Mary, every time she talks to Whitney, she just dumps a little bit more on her so that Whitney could feel even worse, and then take it back to the group and try to fix it. So now Whitney then dropped her father's issues. She then picked up on Mary's issues, and she's trying to get her back to coming to things with the group. Here is why, like I said before, why Mary has to be on Whitney, because she's her intro into the group. Mary would not be, putting these guilt trips on Whitney if she was a main cast member. She would be required to show up to film this scene. But at this point in this filming, from what we're seeing, she was a friend of the show. So she needed Whitney to bring her. Or, and it had to be okay with everybody else, the leads, right? So this is what's happening here. So poor Whitney is getting beat up for this whole Mary thing because the ladies are looking at her and they just like, why are you so pressed about this friend of the show? We're not going out of our way to make space for this chick we don't even know. This is your friend. We have no connection to her. So none of the ladies are really fighting to get Mary there. But Whitney, who don't know how to deliver information and who is, as weak as a nail after you take off the acrylics. That was the only thing I could think of. Aren't them nails brittle as soon as you take them acrylics off? I'm afraid what condition my nails are going to be in. But it's a serve. It's a serve. So that's what's happening here. But Mary's being very manipulative there. And I hope that when Whitney watches this back, she's seeing how she was played. Also, before we move on from Mary, the church will be taxed. The church will be taxed soon and very soon. And church leaders like Mary Crosby will be the reason why. Mary got 9 homes, 9 dreadful homes. This home that she's in now has an entire room that is the size of the whole floor. That is the span of the whole floor of this mansion that she's living in. And it's all filled with designer operandi fashions, like right off the runway, right straight to her closet. Why the hell do you need all this stuff as a church leader? Who's paying for this? Them poor black people who ain't making no money in Salt Lake City, putting all the tithes and offerings into your Prada little stash so you can get new shoes and new Prada purses. That's what they're paying for. You people like you, leaders like you, are going to be the reason why the church gets taxed, because y'all think she joking, but I absolutely believe Mary when she said we're going to get another home just so I can store my clothes. She's crazy enough to do something like that. And that old man is crazy enough to please her with that foolishness. Church leaders like her will be the reason. Y'all keep on showing all this opulence. Y'all keep on going on the TBN network and your own little church broadcast and asking the saints, the struggling saints, to pay for your private jet because you don't want the Holy Spirit that resides in you to be around commoners. Y'all gonna be the reason why the church get taxed. Y'all gonna be the reason. Anyway, Heather, love her. Here is why. I just love her. She's a nice person. But I always tell you guys this. If you're going to get on the reality TV show, you're going to give them your soul. Get something out of the deal. And what I was going to call her Shira, Nikki. And what Heather is doing, she is building this business and she is hawking it to the audience. Hawking it. Because every time she is on camera, even when it's not about the beauty lab, she makes it about the beauty lab. I created the beauty lab because my husband said that what I was doing was a waste of time, but it was something that I needed to do for me. And although I don't need the money, I needed to create this for me because the Mormon church oppressed me. And I just thought that all I could be was a wife and a mother. And when that fell away, I was dying. And, I didn't know what I was going to do. And what saved me? The beauty lab. Everything is about the beauty lab. She could be going to buy groceries. I was on my way to go and buy groceries. And I remembered when I was barefoot and pregnant and getting groceries and I didn't have the beauty lab. The beauty lab said everything becomes about the beauty lab. And she's blending women's empowerment with the beauty lab. Smart, sis. Smart. She's going to build that business. She's going to build that business and she is going to have beauty labs all over the world. And this show is going to do it for her. This show is going to do it for her. And she's going to be the only one of them that do it. And them broads going to get mad at her because she came into the show with a plan. Do not come on reality TV without a plan. She came on this show with a plan. Every scene she's in, beauty lab. Oh, I was late to get my kids out to school because I was doing the progress reports for all of the ladies who work at the beauty lab. And I was making my kids breakfast. And I just remembered that I had left open some lotion at the beauty lab. Go here, girl. Go ahead, girl. And I was driving to work and I was running out of fuel, but I remembered how far the beauty lab was from my job. And I knew was from my home. And I knew that I could make it there in time. Thank God I built the Women's Empowerment Beauty Lab not too far from my home because I'm still a mother who is active in my kid's life. And that's all because of the beauty lab. Smart. You might not be, invited into the cool girl clique, but sweetie, you where the money resides. And that's all that matters in the United States of America. You doing good for you. You ain't even need the money and you done built something. Go ahead. And it's going to get even bigger because of this show. You all will be thinking about, I'm telling you, whenever you want to visit someplace, you will all, especially Salt Lake City, you will all be like, you know what? Let me just check out the beauty lab. Don't even know why you do it, right? It's just, I don't know why I want to go to the beauty lab, but I just want to check it out. Let me just see. Next thing you know, you're in there spending $300 and $400 getting procedures because she has ingrained the beauty lab into your brain. Heather, you smart. Because the other Meredith, with the vodka, the liquor line. I don't know what the name of that liquor line is. I don't know where it's sold. Like, I don't know anything about it, right? Because she doesn't talk about it like Heather. Heather blends it into her storyline. She talks about it in such a smug way where it's a turnoff from the liquor brand, and she never mentions it. Like, she never mentions the name like incessantly like Heather does, but Heather does it in a way where you don't even know that she is branding to you right now. You don't even know that she is saying it so much in a way where it will just be a part of your like daily thinking and a part of your speech. You will always be talking about the beauty lab, but she's talking about it in such a friendly, conversational way that you don't even know what's happening. The other Meredith, yeah, I did my liquor line because I could, and I'm pretty, and my man has money. Ain't nobody checking in. Ain't nobody checking into that. But if you talk about it as a way of seeking independence as a woman after being brokenhearted and thrown, cast out by your church, I'm interested. I want to know what's going on, because not only are you hitting me here, you're hitting me here. That other chick is turning people off from it. You know what I mean? Because every time you talk about it, it's in a condescending, down talking kind of way. And like, if you are the liquor that you're the liquor brand or whatever that you're putting out, no thanks. No thanks. You got to change the way you talk about that girl. Watch Heather on this season and then learn from her. Please. Her youngest son is such a sweetie. He's such a little man. He is such a little man. Let's talk about the other Meredith, the main one, who is now in a better situation with her husband. Now they are fully together. They are not separated. Here's why I think that's bull. Reality TV. I think that Meredith and her husband were separated at some point. I think we, the viewers, were not there for it. Let's talk about a little reality TV loophole. A lot of reality TV, about 90% of it is not real. Here's why. A lot of the times these people are recreating scenes or moments in their life that actually happened, but the cameras and we, the audience, were not there to see it. How they're able to get away with calling it reality TV is because while the cameras are rolling, real life happens. So while the cameras are rolling, somebody, passes away. That really happens, right? That is in real time. That really happened. It's reality TV. How they also get away with calling it reality TV, although they are recreating a scene that happened probably 10 years ago, but acting like it happened now for the audience. And you're just like, wait a minute, but that happened 10 years ago. Why are y'all, doing this now? Because it really happened. So it's still reality TV because it really happened. You just weren't there to see it. So they have to recreate it for you to see it. This is what I think has happened in Meredith's marriage. I think they were separated at some point. I think they got over it. And now they're able to recreate it for us so that we can see their journey, right? And it could also be something very interesting about Meredith, right? That, we see a housewife go through a break in her marriage and we see it all come together in the end. I just don't buy that it happened the time that they filmed it. I think this happened before. And I think because they were in it and they knew how it felt, they were able to go to those places to make it look realistic to me. Here's where I started to think that when the husband packed up and left Meredith and she stood there in her robe in full glam, just a regular day. He's just like, until you figure out what you want with me, I'm gone because I want to be with you, but you don't want to be with me. She wasn't crying. He was like barely affected by it. Nobody cared that the cameras were filming this. I was just like, this is a recreation. This is a recreation. I do think they separated at some point. I do think they had issues in their marriage. I just don't think it happened on camera. Glad they're back together though. I like them. I like them as a couple. I think he's a good man for her. All right, let's get to the end of this episode where Whitney is on the outs with Jen. She feels bad because of how she terribly delivered the information that, all the ladies are talking about her when it was supposed to be Mary feels left out. I don't know how it got to, oh, these girls aren't your friends because they're talking about you. Whitney, what is going on? What is going on? Anyway, she wants to make it up to Jen and she invites her to a spa where this is the part of the apology. She wants to apologize to her and get back in a good space with her. And she brings Heather because Heather feels the same way. And also Heather is friends with Jen. She's Whitney's cousin. She's a good neutral person, a good, buffer for what's happening here. Jen is a lot, unhinged, great for reality TV. And she's also wrong in this situation, right? Having said that, this spa, I totally agree with her. She was like, where the hell she got me? That would have been me. No shade. It's probably a really nice spa, but it was giving me crack house. It was giving me crack house spa. And I was just like, It's a little too crack and a little too hills have eyes for me. 1 and 2. It was a little too much of that. I'm a modern spa kind of girl. I'm not a rustic spa kind of girl. So when Jen pulled up, I was just like, you know what? Jen is wrong a lot of the times. She right on this one because I would have felt the same way. I'm driving 3 hours to here, to this apocalyptic spa. This is the apology. Like you don't know me. Like you don't know that I'm bougie. Why you got me in this rustic spa? You may like this rustic spa, but this is supposed to be an apology to me. So it should be catered to me, not to you. So anyway, they're at this rustic spa. And Heather, who was supposed to Whitney, who was supposed to apologize, just made it worse. Like she made the situation worse and was just like, I didn't do anything. I will say this though, before we get here, Jen, first of all, Jen is at the spa about to get in this hot tub with a fur shawl or stole, I think that's what it's called, around her neck, a Ziploc bag with her lip gloss, keys, and her Louis wallet. And I think she had on like some designer shoes. And she says, oh, the tub is a little dirty, so I'll get in with my shoes. How did that make any sense? The tub is dirty, don't get in. The tub is dirty, so you get in the tub with your shoes. The shoes that you've been walking on this ground with. You get in the tub with your shoes and you sit your coochie in the dirty tub. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Without Jen going off in such an angry way on everybody on this show, I would enjoy her. I think her outbursts are just too dangerous for me. Like, get upset, have a little moment, but the way she goes after people, it's not cute. But anyway, Heather, who was wrong, and this is her apology, she's talking to Jen, and I'm thinking that she's going to apologize to this woman. She's just like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Girl, everything you did was wrong. You're the reason. You started all of this. You are wrong. But she just would not accept any kind of responsibility. I will say she is not responsible for where Jen is in her relationship with Sharif. That is Jen's problem. But Whitney didn't take responsibility for anything. And then when she finally apologized, it was just like, okay, I'll take that. Like you were doing Jen a favor. Ma'am, you are wrong, Whitney. She just could not see it. She just could not see it. And poor Heather is in the middle of it. And she does, like, it's a difficult situation to be in. I will say that, because if you don't defend your cousin, there's family drama. If you don't defend your really good friend who you already think you're losing, you're going to lose more of her. So I felt really bad for Heather. But finally, Whitney and Jen were able to move forward, and Heather and Jen were able to move forward because Heather expressed to Jen how she really felt. I will say this, I don't know if this is true, but from the looks of how Jen took in what Heather was saying, she still, for me, it looks like she's still going to run with them cool girls. She's still going to try to get clicked up with the Merediths. But I think she's going to do what she can to let Heather know that she still cares for her. But I think Heather needs to understand that her friend is social climbing. And if you don't get with the winning team, she's going to leave you. She's going to leave you because this is the life of that like inner circle of wealth. Like this is what you have to do to stay relevant, to stay in conversations, to stay connected. Like this is what you have to do. And because you are somebody who don't need money, you don't understand. Jen needs this. You don't. So either get with the winning team or understand that your friend has to do what she has to do to keep the money flowing. Not everybody is, divorced from a billionaire family that still gives you billionaire money because you got them billionaire kids. Not everybody has a situation. So I hope you will understand your friend got to do what she got to do. So even though y'all kissed the maid up, don't get mad at her when she's still trying to hang out with the cool girls because she got to go where the money resides. Like you got money, but you're corny. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't have the connections to the things that Jen wants to do. So just understand your friend is doing what she's doing. And there's nothing wrong with being corny. Nothing wrong. But that's just the reality of the situation. Even though the ladies made up or whatever, Jen, completely unhinged, has a moment where, understandable though, I felt like her reaction was a little over the top, but I got that she was feeling very frustrated because Whitney was not taking responsibility for messing up her husband's party. Jen hits the water, like throws it with her hand and gets on the cameraman and the camera. And the producers never break the fourth wall unless they have to. But the producer yells at Jen and he's just like, why would you throw that water on the camera? And I think that if he could have thought about it, he would not have done that. What happened was Jen, in her outburst, splashed all that water on that had to be starting at 100K camera. And he just got out of himself and was like, girl, why are you doing? Like, basically, what the hell is wrong with you? This is starting at $100,000. Why are you throwing this water on the camera? Because two things will happen with that, right? If the camera is damaged, one, they lose that footage from this scene, right? And you guys are really emotional in giving it, and it's an important scene in everybody's storyline. Two, that damaged camera is coming out of the budget. Now, if you're not a producer, you're not doing the numbers. So he got to think about where's that 100K coming from to replace this camera that we already budgeted with the budget that the network gave us. So now he got to look for places to take this money from if this camera is damaged. So I think that if he could think about that moment, he probably would not have done that. I think he just reacted because Jen threw that water on that camera. He said, why would you do that? I hollered because that's real. That moment was so real. And Jen is like, well, you shouldn't have brought me to a bathtub, honey. Everybody's replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. Chill out with that. Chill out with that. Let's get into Jen and Sharif. Jen, you have an amazing husband. Like he's really good to you. And I think, especially with shows like this, you got to be really careful with how you move in this marriage, because you have somebody who loves you and will deal with your mess. You don't want to fall under the reality TV curse and lose a really good partner, because what happens when you put a relationship like this on camera for the world to see and judge? I'm not saying that he's going to cheat on you, right? I'm saying two things happen with that. One, there are women who will contact him and say, hey, you don't deserve that. You deserve better. And although he loves you and he would never cheat on you, it starts to make an impact, especially when he's dealing with your outbursts and you're drinking on a daily basis. Another thing that happens with that is that it's not just the women who are telling him that he needs to be treated better. Also family members who ain't like you from the get-go, calling him up. Oh, I saw that episode. Man, why you let her do you like that? You know what I mean? So all these conversations are happening because people are seeing how you treat this man. And although he loves you and he cares so greatly for you, at some point, those little comments are going to start to take a toll. So all I'm saying is, you don't got to be fake on this show. But if y'all come back, and I think you are, treat your man better. Because he doesn't deserve the treatment that you give him. He just doesn't. He's a good guy. We have yet to see him go off on you ever. But you go off on him and everybody else. The way you tore through that man's birthday party was inexcusable. Inexcusable. And he cares for you because even in this moment where when he finally comes home and you talk to him and you say, well, I act like that because I'm angry at you. I'm angry at you because you weren't there for me when my father passed away. And instead of acting like a victim, he apologized to you and said, thank you for telling me that so that I can know how to care for you. Girl, you are blessed and highly favored. I will say this. I got how she felt, right? She lost a parent, a very important, figure in her life. And for her, it looked as if his job was more important to him than her and how she was suffering. Probably for him as the provider, he's thinking, well, we're going to have to take care of this. So let me continue to work so there could be money there to continue to not only provide, but give her father the proper send-off. Because she's like, I have to do all of this stuff, right? But what a lot of these privileged women do not know is that you want these men in your lives 24/7, right? But you also want this lifestyle. So which is it? Do you want them in your life 24/7 and to give up the lifestyle? Absolutely not. So you have to take these men who are making all of this money. You got to take what they can give you of their time. Because if you're making millions and billions of dollars, you're not home a lot. Because you got to make that, you got to go where the money resides. So it's like a give and take. Like, I know she wants him to be there more. And I know this was a very crucial time for her. He should have been there. He should have been there. But when you sit down and watch the conversation, he didn't know that. He thanked her for communicating that with her. So I'm glad that they were able to resolve that. But I think when Jen is saying that she wants Sharif to be home more, I don't think she's realizing that she's going to have to sacrifice a portion of her lifestyle to have him there more. I know everybody's saying she makes all this money from her event planning. We've seen one event. And especially now during COVID, I know she ain't pushing them events out like that. So Sharif is obviously the provider in this home. And she has a good husband. And I say she's not a good wife or a good mom, but from what I've seen on this show, Jen, you seem like a very difficult partner, a very, very difficult partner. Now, maybe we met you in a difficult time in your life. I'll take that because maybe that's what we're seeing, but you got to fix that. You got to fix that, mama. It ain't cute. It is not cute. And you got a great man and great kids who will calm down their freaking mother and tell them it's not that deep and drive you home while you're erratic and unhinged. Your family don't deserve that. Your family don't deserve that. But families are there to ride with you through all the ups and downs. So I'm just saying, maybe we met Jen at a difficult time in her life. Maybe that's not who she is 24/7. Because I just can't imagine somebody like that having a husband like that, having a community of friends like that. I would think that people will be exhausted from her outbursts and exhausted from just such a violent mannerism that she protrudes out when she is feeling victimized. I just don't think that she would have such a healthy community if that is how she is 24/7. I think the loss of her father has probably put her into this like this spiraling thing that she's doing now, because I just cannot see her having such a loving community and family and being this awful of a person. I just can't. Before I wrap up, I want to talk about the Merediths real quick. They had this really cute, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to do when I get out of this pandemic. I'm going to steal this idea. They had this really cute brunch in a yurt. We got a lot of yurts up here in Cali, especially in the mountains. They had this really cute brunch or dinner or whatever. No, brunch. And this yurt, right? And it was all the like, popular ladies, popular and successful, and ladies of leisure at this dinner brunch. My only comment on that is that both of the Merediths are just like, it's good to be around women who are doing it for themselves and are entrepreneurs, and there's not gossiping and fighting, and they really want to like get stuff done, and they uphold and support other women. It's really good to be around them. So this is like the kind of friends, this is the friends that I have. This is the community that I am a part of. These strong, empowering women who lift each other up and don't tear each other down or lie on each other. Then why are you on this show? If you so good and you got these good friends, you got this community of all these uplifting and powerful women who don't talk about each other, who are not catty, why are you here? Why you audition? If everything is so good and gravy, why are you here? Please don't try to make yourself above all the other ladies when you were slumming it on the same show. You down in the gutters of every reality TV person doing the same damn thing. You are not above it. You are not above it. So go on and enjoy your little yurt brunch, but just know who you are. You are in the gutter with all the other reality people. You are no better. You are no better. That's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. What did you guys think? And it ends here. What did you guys think? Let's get into it. Let me put some ice in this while I get to your comments. Come on in the room. Oh, shout on in the room. Yeah, that's what I said, Prochian. Maybe we just call her in a bad time, because I just do not see her having all of these good people in her life if that's how she is all the time. We know people like Jen, right? Limited friendships, and they're always just like, I don't know why. And you're sitting there listening to them, and you're just like, oh, girl, I could tell you. I could tell you why nobody want to hang out with you or be around you. I could tell you. Jen doesn't have that. So I'm just thinking we got her at a really raw time, and she's just, this just isn't the best way to meet her. And it's unfortunately, this is the first time that we're seeing her, and she's grieving her father. So that's what I'm thinking, because I just don't think, I think that she's like, a lot, but I don't think she's a terrible person. I just think it's coming off that way because she got a lot of trauma, and she's dealing with a lot of grief from losing her father. And I don't think she's dealing with it. We haven't seen her go to therapy. I don't think she's dealing with it. I think she's just reacting. Oh, he was also an injury lawyer. I just feel like he could have taken off some time. I don't know. Sharif, is he the president? I feel like Sharif. There's no excuse. I like Sharif. I just feel like if your wife's father is dying, you need to be there. You need to be there. But I think a lot of times men think, oh, I sent a check, so I took care of it. That's how they care, right? Which is why I love the fact that Sharif said, I'm so glad you communicated that with me. We got to communicate. You have to, if you're harmed and you're hurting in some way, tell that person instead of reacting. Because what you're going to do is push them away, and they want to be there. But you're being so reactive and abusive towards them, they don't want to stay and be around that. So let them know what's going on. I feel like it's so hard for people to communicate. And I think it has a lot to do with pride, because it's like, I'm hurt. You should know why I'm hurt. And I want you to come and fix it. I'm not going to bow down to you and tell you what's going on with me. It's just pride. Let that pride go so that your good relationships can be salvaged. Yeah, Sharif should have been there. Even though we like him, he should have been there for her father's funeral and helped his grieving wife deal with the logistics of everything, not just money. Be there for her in person. Prochian said, anyways, Jen needs to chill and show us more of her doctor son. Their kids are such a beautiful blend of the both of them. You can see both of their parents in those kids. Black Gal, don't hate. Black Gal said he is a defensive coordinator for a football team in Utah. There is no reason for him to be gone for days at a time. Was it a championship game? I don't care what I'm doing. My husband's father passes away. Any of his parents, somebody that he loved dearly, a family member, a brother, a sister. I'm there for my man. I can't make it. I'm being a wife. I'll use my sick time. Yeah, Jen didn't. From Shannon and Van, from my opinion, the work that Jen got, she did not need. Jen was stunning before surgery. She's a pretty girl either way, but before photos, stunning. Y'all are not believing that Sharif has to do all of this traveling. Yeah, Marianne, I think she's just going through something. That's what I'm telling you. I'm looking at how she's acting on the show, and then I see her community, I see her family, I see her husband, I see her friends, and I'm just like, you can't be this awful person and maintain this. This is not you. This is you during grief. Oh, yeah, Baba. I love that yurt brunch. I think I want to do something like that. That looked really nice. Absolutely. Prochian said the Merediths gave credence. Is it credence? The credits? No, it's credence. The Meredith gave credence to the scary comment. They absolutely did. Miss Brown Sugar is replying to Marion. She said, I think kids of emotional, explosive parents often learn how to be a stabilizing force in a household. The way Omar calmed his mom down suggests that this wasn't the first time. Yep. That's your child telling you to get it together. Yeah, me too, Shan. Me too, because they could have just went to the brunch and had a good time. To sit there and just, Shan said that brunch made me like Lisa and Meredith a whole lot less. You're saying, like, it just wasn't the way they were talking and acting. So you're downing the women that you're on the show with. This is an ensemble. You're not even the lead. This is an ensemble show, and y'all trying to act like y'all better than them because you're at a brunch in a yurt. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. And the main Meredith made this comment, and she said the reason, talking about the fashion show, and at Sundance, she was just like, this is the reason why I can't live anywhere else, because of this Sundance fashion show. This happens once a year. Once a year. 99.9% of the people who come out to Sundance don't live there. That was not a good excuse. I was like, Meredith, just say that you don't want to. You like Utah. You like that you could be the top chick in Utah because you couldn't be it in New York City. Let's talk about it. You can be the HBIC in Utah. where you couldn't be anywhere else. That's why you like it and you want to stay, because you're that girl in Utah, in Salt Lake specifically. Oh, cool. Y'all talking in these comments. Josh said, no, Nikki, this is Jen during Real Housewives filming season. Thirsty for airtime. I thought so too. Sharif's birthday party made me think that, oh, you were going through something. And then at the end of this episode where she was crying about wanting him there for her father passing, he passed away a year ago. That is not a lot of time. That is not a lot of time. I think we're just meeting her at a real raw time in her life. We're meeting Jen in grief. That's who we're meeting. Yeah, Serenity, that's it. That's the only thing. It's confirmed that Sarah was there. And because Whitney said that she was her best friend, everybody was assuming that Whitney was there. Whitney hopped on live and was just like, oh no, I was not there at the Capitol. Sarah was, not me. She threw Sarah under the bus with the quickness. Yeah, if he's a scout, then I could see Model Genius. I could see him traveling a lot too. Lala Rue said, do you think that they really told Mary that they were scared? No, I think Mary changed the language. I think the ladies were probably talking to Mary and comforting her. The Merediths were probably talking to Mary and comforting her, and probably in individual conversations said, we would say something to Jen, but she'll just get upset and she'll scream and she'll yell, and I don't feel like it. That's what it is. I don't think they meant that they're afraid of her and they're terrified. I think they just did not want to deal with one of her outbursts, her violent outbursts when she talks about if they would bring up Mary. And I think Mary interpreted that as they're scared. But from what I've seen, I would interpret that as it would be an exhausting conversation. I don't feel like it. And I don't know or care about you enough to do that for you. That's what I would take away from it. But Mary got that they're all afraid to talk to Jen. And I don't think that is it. I don't think they're afraid to talk to Jen. I think they just don't feel like it. They don't feel like her outburst. And they don't know Mary or, want her around enough to do that for her. Nashika Jordan said, I like that Heather seems self-aware and that she wants to stand on her own and doesn't want to be beholden to her ex anymore through alimony. Just wish for her to let go of that the bad marriage didn't work. I agree, Nashika. I also think that she can't let go of that for two reasons. One, it's her storyline. And two, the reason why the marriage didn't work is a huge reason why she's not in the church or with the same group of people. So her being divorced changed her life drastically. So she's probably still raw and hurt from that. Tracy, it doesn't matter. You're here, sis. And we're so glad to have you. Oh, shoot. Oh, guys, I got to get off here. It's getting late. And y'all know I got to get my 10,000 steps in. It is not a game. Shannon Van said he is crazy busy, Chrissy Howard. So many interviews. He had Whitney this week, and tomorrow he has Monique from Potomac. Who we talking about? Because then Chrissy Howard says he passed away 2 years ago, but that still doesn't. Oh, you talking about her father? Girl, I'm like, are we talking about a dead blogger? Chrissy Howard said he passed away 2 years ago, but that still doesn't change anything. The grief is still very real. However, Heather says she always acts like this. Oh, okay. Yikes. Jen, you're lucky. You're lucky that people deal with that. You're lucky that you have good people in your life who deal with you. Jen and Meredith said they have been friends for 4 years. I believe that. But I also believe it's not like friend. I think it's like, friend with benefits, and not in that way, but friend with connections. Like Jen and Meredith would probably hang out at Meredith's store. Okay. And Meredith and Jen would invite Meredith to her events. That kind of friendship. Yeah, me too, Miss Brown Sugar. Miss Brown Sugar said the end of this episode made me soften a little bit for Jen because before then I was done with her. Her other outbursts felt very housewife formulas, and all the scenes with her assistants to make her seem zany equal stage. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Because she was just very real. It wasn't all the antics and all of that. She was very, very real. Hold on, I'm trying, y'all. The comments are jumping. Marianne said, I need to get my 1,000 steps in, girl. What, 10,000? It's not a lot. It's like 4 miles. And you could just walk that in the neighborhood. That's exactly what I do. What I do is I give myself errands and I check the place that I have to run errands to. And if I can walk there, I just walk. And that because it's better for me to like have a destination and complete something than to just walk. Because what I'll do is I'll go for a walk, then I'll stop somewhere, and I'll pick up a smoothie or some fries, and then I'll go shopping, window shopping, look at something here, take a seat, take some pictures, and just bask in the essence of just being out of the house, right? But if I have an errand to run, totally different mindset, and I end up getting my 10,000 steps in, but I don't want to do it when it's late. It's getting, not late, but it's getting dark earlier now. Up and at 'em. Oh, yeah, Dominique Graham. I don't know. I'm still waiting. Shane was talking about it. I'm still waiting. I want to get off, but I want to wait for that to be answered. Oh, it's cold in Delaware? Sorry, Advice Queen. I miss the East Coast, but I don't miss that. Oh, Miss Brown Sugar said, and before times, I used to get 20K easily. Now, oh, that's the name of the dude. I thought y'all were telling me to get up and at him and get my 10,000 steps. Gina Maxey said Jen's dad lived with him also. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, guys. So Up and Adam is the guy that's going to be doing an interview with Monique, I believe. Oh, don't worry. Guys, I don't care. This is the thing. Oh, shoot. Who is it? Let me check my Instagram. Somebody reached out to me and said they wanted to promote their channel. Darn it. Girl, I'll do it next live. I get so many of these. Just know that I am going to, I'll do it. Guys, come on, load. I try to talk to every one of y'all. I really, really do. But it's so many. I love it. Also, I don't promote. Guys, listen. One thing about me, I'm good at what I do. So my biggest competition is me. I don't feel any way about you guys talking about other vloggers or whatever, or if you want to promote your brand, do it. Why not? If you got an audience right here, do it. I don't know who Up and Adam is, but I know that I do something different and I do something that appeals to you guys. And I think I'm doing it. I know I'm doing good at it. So I don't feel any sort of way. So don't feel no sort of way, Shan. It wasn't rude. I mean, if we're talking about something and somebody is doing something, why not? Why not? I don't feel that way. Oh, Kyla, do we? This is my favorite shirt and I've washed it so many times because I wear it so much and it's getting ashy. It's getting ashy, but I love my lumberjack shirt. Thank you, Proshian. No, but God is so good. God is so good, ordered steps. While I was doing my cleaning, look what I found. Look what I found. My Coca-Cola lip smacker. It's not as amazing as the Dr. Pepper, but it will do. I was like, oh God, I was feeling sad about my Dr. Pepper one that I can't replace. Thank you, Jesus. So I was actually able to find that one. And it did what it needed to do. Oh no, Miss Brown Sugar, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Shawnette Honey said, Nikki, can you ask your producer friends to tell Andy to bring the housewives to Johannesburg or to Bravo? It's so good. You know what? I'll actually talk to one about doing it themselves and I'll consult on it. So yeah, I will do that. Oh, thank you, Shan. Spacely Sprockets, Cogswell, Cogs. Okay. First live I caught. Nikki, you are gorgeous. And I love your file. I enjoy your reviews. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. Guys, listen, what God has for you is for you. Can't nobody take it from you unless you give it up. Even still, that is what you were put on this earth to do. So I don't feel any way about that. I think when I abandoned that idea a lot earlier in my life, I was able to kind of craft my path, because you spend so much of your time competing with people that don't have what you have or can't offer what you can offer. And you spend so much time competing with them that you're abandoning what you have here. And this is what you were supposed to work on, because nobody can do what you can do. So focus on that. I don't get intimidated by anybody doing the same review or anything like that. I follow a lot of these people who we do the same reviews by. I cheer them on. I comment. I support. I don't feel any sort of way about that. So don't feel bad, because you can't take away my destiny. You can't. I'm good at what I do. Know who you are. Share the wealth. Why not? You go further faster with people. Trying to do it on your own, baby, you're going to be there forever. You're going to be there forever. Absolutely, Pershian. But I do understand why people would ask that, because I was the same way when I was much younger. I'm competing with people, and I'm like, why am I doing that? And then when I finally got my mind together and started to just focus on what I was doing, I realized I had left so much of my own life and so much of my own crap unattended to, because I'm looking over here, or I'm looking over there, and I'm looking over there, and this is where my focus is supposed to be. Growing pains, it's life. Christian, you're late, baby, but it's okay. I'll be on tomorrow night, but I'm about to get off. B said, I wish I had you giving me advice like the episode of SpongeBob where he wore hats and had Patrick tell him what to do to pass the driver's license test over the walkie. Shannon Van said, this is why I'm drawn to Nikki. This is how I feel too. Oh, like-minded sisters, review sisters. Didn't I turn into a coach shop rushing in? I sure did. God is good all the time, Gina Maxine, and all the time God is what? Good. Nicholas Express said, I was definitely in the same mind when I started doing Housewives reviews, but now I'm like, let me just focus. It happens. Don't worry about that. It happens to all of us. Let me just focus on myself, and I'll support others too. Chrissy Howard said, Nikki, yes, because I watch other bloggers doesn't mean that I'm not going to watch you because they all give me something different. Absolutely. And you also realize people have different perspectives. Who was I watching? And I was like, yes. Who was I just recently watching? And I was like, yep, that's what I think too. Was it Spill It Boy? It was either Spill It Boy or Funky Daniva, I think. And I was like, yup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. Oh, that's a good point. Why not? We're doing the same thing. Everybody has different perspectives. That's why I like the stuff that the shows that I watch as well that I don't review. I watch those reviews as well. I told you about my friend Miata. It's I'm going to make sure I tag it. It's Miata LaBelle TV. I don't review Bridgerton or Bridgerton. She does. Love her perspective. Love her perspective. It ain't for me, but that is right up her alley. She's read the books. She knows all the characters. If you're into that show, I will definitely make sure I'm writing myself a note right now. I'm going to tag her in that because that's her world. Okay. She knows everything about it. I wouldn't review that show, but I'll watch her talk about it and be like, yes, that's what I thought too, girl. Why not? Miss Brown Sugar said, on that note, the only reviewers that I know covering Southern Charm this season are Watch What Crappens and sometimes a BITGH, both podcasts. Oh, okay. Y'all always y'all always put me on to stuff I ain't never heard about before. I'll check them out. Christian Fiore said, I watched 7 different reviews of the same show an episode and got something different from each one. Me too. Even the shows I review. She's not, but she reviews it. Oh yeah, why is so amazing, Shannon Van. Shannon Van, I love her. She's so good. I actually have to watch her review. I think I'll watch it while I'm eating. No, Tony, do what you do. I'm telling you, you never know. I'm serious. I also don't think if you're going to start a YouTube that you should go into it thinking you're going to be PewDiePie. Okay, you also have to realize those who are just starting, you are coming into this after the platform has already been established. And a lot of us are competing with people who have been doing this since they were 10. You know, a lot of people have put like 15 years into YouTube. You know what I mean? Or however long YouTube has been going on. So you're just not going to get that kind of traffic starting out. Build your audience, stay focused. Don't look here. Don't look there. Don't look there. Stay focused right here on what you have to offer. Don't switch up because, oh my goodness, this person is getting more views. I know I could do that better. Don't do it. You have an audience. You're cultivating that audience. Don't abandon them because you see somebody else doing something that you think you could do better and they're getting, more reviews and more praise or whatever from that. That's that person's path. You have something to offer. Let your audience grow. Let your audience cultivate. If people like what you're doing, they will share your work. They will follow you. It just takes time because people don't know that you're here. That's all. You can advertise and do all that stuff, but it just takes time. Don't worry about it. Yes, there are some people who go viral or whatever. There are some celebrities who come here and they instantly get 100K followers. Okay, you're on a hit TV show. People are just, going to subscribe just because of that. Don't worry. Follow your path. Baby, don't worry about a thing. Thank you, Latoya. Every little thing is going to be all right. Yes, Serenity, that's my really good friend. Oh, yes. Oh, singing. No, she don't sing. I'm going to tag her in the description box. And no, she sings, but she's not French. That's what I meant. At Vice Queen, I'm about to get off. Look, plug your podcast. What's your podcast on Spotify? Yes, Tony. Tony, were you the one who reached out to me about your channel? Either way, plug it. Hey, guys, let's support each other. Well, what are y'all doing? A few of you have sent me some of the products from your companies. That's coming up. I just, I got to have time to sit down and film and edit that. But that is coming up. I have that planned to do this weekend, because next weekend is going to be crazy. So I plan to film and edit that. So everybody who has sent me, all of my subscribers who have sent me something, a product that they want me to try, or, something from their business that they want me to shout out, just know that video is coming. Yes, Why is really good about that. Why's really good just about supporting. She supports everybody, but she's really great about supporting women. That's a YouTuber, unlike myself, that you should all model yourself after. She's amazing. Do it. You never know. You never know. What's her name? Ra. Is her name Roz? She's the lady that does the reviews in a car. You think that she thought that when she just sat down and started talking about a show that she likes in her minivan that she would be where she's at now? You never know. Just do it. Just do it. But guys, plug yourselves. I got to get off of here. It's getting dark and I can't, my mom, I'm good and grown, but if I go walking at night, like, girl, I get it, mama, but I'm going to be okay. But I got to get my steps in. Thank you, Marianne. I think we are talking about the same Miata, but she's not French. She's just great at accents. She's an amazing actress. She's the Drive Time girl. Drive Time, genius. That's her. But I'm gonna tag her in here. Thank you, JB. Oh, thank you, Tony. Yes, plug. It's RHOCS. Yes, it's RHOCS. Yeah, she's such a sweetheart. Oh yeah, Y and Chris are good. I love when they do their vlogs together. Oh, she did? I'll check that out and see if I could do something like that. Because she knows more about this than I do. So I'll check with her. Really? Simply Sam? Yeah, they blocking their blessing. They blocking their blessing. Yes, Kyla. Oh, so the shows that I'm watching now and deciding on if I will review is The Bell Collective, Real Housewives of Dallas. I don't know. It's shaky. And Married at First Sight. I haven't made a decision on if I'll bring those shows into the fold. When I do, you all will know. I'm going to give myself till next week to just make the decision because February, I'm starting some new kind of content. And I just want to have everything that I'm doing and just be dedicated to that, at least for the rest of the year. But yeah, I'm checking those shows out. Those shows. I'm watching them now. Dallas is shaky for me. I'm telling y'all that now. Hopefully this next episode is going to give me something, but it's shaky for me. Oh yeah, Brenda said I just got my walk in. Let me go. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for supporting me, with spending your time, taking time out of your day to spend with me, to chit and chat and talk about these reality TV shows that we love or hate. But thank you so much. I appreciate you all stopping by. I pray that you have a good night, a good afternoon, wherever time it is where you are at. And I will see you on Friday for Love After Lockup. Toodles, my love. Keep plugging. You never know. Your audience could be here. Your customer could be here. Your bae could be here. Your bestie could be here. We are family like a giant tree. Let's build together. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye. Oh, God, I got to get my walk. Let me see your walk.